Yo, what is up? Sorry, I'm eating a waffle. Low budget LCS. I'm Popoba, here with the now fixed spectator client, and I'm joined, as always, by my constant co-caster.
Yo, it's
Gotcha.
me.
If you can't tell who he is by the voice, then I don't know what to say to you. We've got some financial Group B action for y'all tonight. Globetrotters versus Clown Gaming Galaxy. Excited for this match. Always love to see some financial league.
Yeah, I'm in this league.
Oh, that's right, you are. Are you? What group are you in?
I'm in the other group, I think.
You're
I'm
in the other
good
group.
These guys are in the, well, we'll see how good they are.
So, which of these teams would you rather see in playoffs? Or will you answer that after seeing the match?
I think I want to see the match first. I'm going to go off names right now, and I'm going to say Clown Gaming Galaxy. I want to see.
Okay.
That's before the match. Also, I've seen Dragonic play, I think.
Oh, okay.
And Thick Bob has an awesome name, so I'm going for that.
Thick Bob's name is pretty fire. I will say that.
The chat, when you're thinking of where you want to put your money tonight, remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Would you have Waffle Cam? Oh, I actually didn't prep that many bear facts. I said I was going to prep bear facts and then make you say the bear facts.
I know bear facts. You don't even need to tell me. I know.
Okay.
I'm just gonna make them up, but I know them.
I mean, there's some fun bear facts out there, you know.
Hold on. I'll grab you one right now, and then I'll save it.
Oh, hang on. Yeah. Make sure they pony up the schmeckles first. We got Sims.
Need to check this.
I'm pretty sure is attached to the Clown Gaming org. We do have Pick Band coming out here. I don't know if you saw that rolling on through, but Senna's going to be banned away, as are Twisted Fate, Smolder, and Vladimir.
I like these bands from Red Team here. What is their team name?
Red side, Globetrotters.
Globetrotters. So they're TG, but that's just a typo? This is very confusing.
What do you mean?
In the draft wall, their team name is TG instead of GT.
Oh. Well, I think it's because they're the Globetrotters, and I think they're doing Globetrotters as one word.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that's gonna trip me up.
Okay, Zhao Zai could be banned. Maokai, first pick out here. Really, really strong pick. What do you think about it?
I'm gonna tell you something different that I think, and that's that Karthik must be absolutely insane to get 380 bans out of the gate.
True.
But on the back of that, I like Maokai first pick. It's very flexible. Can go in 3 different positions. More if you're creative. This is a good answer though. Varus, long range, a lot of versatility as well. Different builds. Also, maybe outside of AD, potentially, probably not.
Now, I kind of want to see. I don't know how he pairs with Varus, but I feel like Melio would go so well into Maokai as a nice little counter engage tool.
I'll tell you the one problem I have with that is that Melio does a really good job when the range extension plays a large role in the Champions kit. And I don't feel like the auto attacks are the most important part of like what Varus does most of the time.
Sejuani is going to be the pickup here for Dictator for Life, who I kind of thankful for that, because I did just see them playing Master Yi in a I think it was a Norms or a Flex game.
Could be Sedge top.
Could be Sedge top.
Yeah.
100% absolutely could be Sejuani in the top lane. Trundle's going to be picked up.
Ew.
Hey, watch your mouth, okay?
Oh, okay. It's fine. We're fine. Yeah, Trundle, good pickup. Very strong right now.
Has been the recipient of some nerfs. Typically is played in the top lane, so that's going to... Trundle jungle has just not been as strong as Trundle top, which is just very sad, because I love Trundle jungle. The Misfortune can be picked up. I'm starting to think that this is just Maokai support.
Yeah, I also think, weirdly enough, I think Misfortune is kind of viable at support with the current item set. but I haven't seen it very often. I have tried it and played it, so if you're in my group, watch out. But
If you're in
you'll see the
Mighty's
Swain.
group, you just have to like DM him and convince him that some really unconventional support pick is good, and then he
I'll play
will
it.
pick it on stage, and then you will win.
No, that's not fair. That's not true. I got to win on Lissandra support, okay? Where you at?
An executive. Sorry.
Well, well.
No, yeah, Lissandra support. I think Lissandra support makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, they picked Rakan into me, so it helped me out quite a lot.
True. All right, we are going to see our second wave of bans coming through. I'm expecting this to be 80 top support for Clown Gaming out and mid jungle AD Globetrotters.
I don't know. I think it's very, very up in the air still. Even the Swain pick doesn't really convince me that this is mid or top or support.
Okay. That's fair.
You see, okay,
Is that
maybe
Syndra?
this will.
That's Syndra's
Yeah,
new
but the
splash.
Stylus
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, and the Stylus as well, I think, is giving away that maybe this is a Swain mid. That would be a pretty solid pick into it, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Could be signaling that is going there in the mid lane, which is kind of what I would expect. Malphite could be banned away. So they're saying it's not Sejuani top. So they're calling out right there.
They might also be guessing that the Silas ban indicates a Malphite idea, but this pick right here is gonna this is gonna tell us a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And by tell us a lot, I mean I actually don't know if Tom Kench is going top or support still. There's a lot still up in the air here. What do you think Clown Gaming is gonna do? I mean, they have to decide now.
I think they're gonna clown all over them. What I think. I mean, so here's the thing. Trundle,
Teemo,
super good pick into this team. Great against Sejuani. Great against Tom Kench. You have the tools to cancel his dive. You can take his resistances. Anivia going to be pick up. So lots of terrain creation here available for Clown Gaming Galaxy.
I don't know if I like that. I think this plays into the Varus a lot.
But okay, think about this. Anivia wall, Trundle pillar, MF ultimate. Huh?
Yeah, but on who? There's 3 tanks and a Varus.
The Varus.
Why are you touching him? He's gone, bro. He's 1,000.
I do think MF ult has enough damage to get through a number of these tanks. It looks like that's Olaf, but the okay, it just loaded. Cool.
Yeah, I think Olaf. I'm seeing Olaf.
Yeah, Olaf, that is likely going to be the top lane. So this will actually be Trundle jungle, it seems like.
Yeah, I like this. I just am still like horribly unsure about what's going on for Globetrotters here.
Yeah.
That tells us a lot.
Okay.
That's very interesting. Okay, so that's Nefiri mid lane. I'm 99% sure. And that really does solidify that this is probably Swain support or top, right?
Yeah.
Kench could also go either way.
Kench does swing both ways, canonically.
So what's better into Olaf? And I guess what do they play?
I feel like I don't feel like anything they have is really that good into Olaf. I feel like that's partially why they picked it.
I think they can sack the Kench matchup. I kind of hope this wins going support.
All right, well, in any case, let's get that prediction going. And
I see some interesting stuff in chat here. The Orin and Poppy callouts. I was thinking the exact same thing into the Anivia in particular. The thing is, they already picked up so much of their front line. They really did need something like the Nefiri. I almost expected them to go mage here.
Whoa!
Just have that long range.
Someone made the prediction before I could finish.
Oh, we got some mods in the chat.
But they made it only 30 seconds. I think
it was pretty good. It says, "Let's get some schmeckles going." Oh no!
Damn! Double coin flip loss hurts. That's Did you bet on the coin flip? Didn't you, Mighty?
I don't want to talk about it.
No, but you made a good amount On the second one?
Yeah, I did. I made it back, but the first one was unlucky.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I got like some I got like 20K maybe, like something up there.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, in any case, excited to see how this game will go. I think top lane is going to be a spot to watch, particularly for the Globetrotters. I think anything you send up there into that Olaf is going to have a relatively hard time, especially post 6.
Yeah, we are seeing the Kench lined up into the Olaf, which I'm kind of happy with. I don't really know how the bot matchup's gonna go, because Maokai obviously did get some nerfs, I think, after the early season where Maokai was kind of dominant.
He did, but I think he might be slated for more nerfs.
Yeah, it's still strong. I didn't think the nerfs really hurt what was strong about it. It was just the items being cheap and the ability to kind of get your stacks without dying, because you could do both the melee and the ranged, like hitting champion stacks.
Well, I was going to root for the Globetrotters here because they do have a more winning record thus far in financial. However, I am a Trundle boy, and so I see Thick Bob on Trundle, I must support.
I'm gonna go the other way. I think Neferi is really weird. That's not intended. That rel pick is not probably what they want.
Don't worry, that's not on stream.
What do you mean it's not on stream?
You
don't have the thing. Okay,
I leave the pick ban up so that folks can look at it while they do their whole thing in the client.
Smart, yeah. Yeah, the client's been having issues the last couple days, so hopefully things go smoothly tonight.
No, what do you mean?
It's nothing. Riot does a great job, guys.
Riot's never made anything's any.
It was so weird. I was supposed to have a match yesterday, and I just couldn't log in again.
Oh, wait, actually?
Yeah, we rescheduled it. Yeah, the whole for like a couple hours yesterday, the whole thing was like doomed.
Well, listen, I'll put Schmeckles in the pool, but someone else is going to have to close it out, and I'm pretty sure Mighty's betting, so...
I got you. I'll close it out.
You'll close it out?
Yeah, right. I haven't put anything in yet. I was thinking about it, but I don't want to blow these chumps out of the water, you know?
Yeah. I'll get the betting to somewhere serious.
Okay.
Client wouldn't load yesterday. Well, Tuesdays are the day that I sing, so... You know?
Keep forgetting it's only Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, my dude.
What did I do?
Yeah, I'm pumped to see what the Neferi does, because this is not a pick that has been like shown a lot, especially in like the pro level. I don't think it's ever been picked in like the major regions, but maybe in NA, I don't know. But we haven't seen much of it in LBLCS, that's for sure. So hoping that really see something special here.
I think we're going to see something special. I'm very excited to watch these two teams play. I did bet against Trundle, but that's because that way, Trundle wins, I'm happy because Trundle won. Trundle loses, I'm happy because I get Schmeckles. You always hedge against your emotions when you're Schmeckle betting. It helps keep you
It's always got to be a win-win. Yeah. You know what I just remembered?
What?
I'm pretty sure Dragonic is like a disgusting Swain player. Like, and this is a pick away that happened.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let me go take a look.
I just remember some like very one-sided games where Dragonic had like a ton of kills.
Doesn't appear to have too many Swain games this season. Although it appears to be
a stage thing.
A bit of what I would like to call a variety gamer. They don't really stay committed to anything. So
by that.
Yeah.
All right, we do see the correct champions being locked in this time. Less issues in the draft phase.
Huge dubs for the teams here. Betting on the correct champs, or picking the correct champs.
We round it out with one final good champion. Yes, we can. Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, we'll take us over to the client.
What did the bets end up at? Is it close?
Yeah, 49.50%, 12.8K on Clown, 13.1K on Globe.
Okay, so a little more for Globe.
Yeah, and I will say 10K of what's on Globe is me. So
I think I know where chat's coming from here because I do like this comp from Clown Gaming.
I do too.
I think they have a very clear idea of how they want to fight, and all of their champions kind of lend themselves to the same goal. You know, you get too close to this comp, you're dead.
You're gone.
And I don't think there's a ton of like heavy engage or CC on a single target from the Globetrotters team.
I mean, they have
a little more.
Or what do you mean? Like they don't like
in a team fight, they're not going to be able to find like Anivia Misfortune in the backline super easily. Now on the side lane or like in a spread out situation, yeah, they've got the Varus ult, they've got the Sejuani, they've got some tools Neferi can chase down.
Well, the thing is, even if you do find the Anivia or the Misfortune in the fight, what do you do when Olaf and Trundle are beating on you, right?
You hope that they're in a round, because as soon as that happens, you know, Anivia and Misfortune might have a chance to get away, and they're gonna put the hurt back. So
yeah, absolutely.
I wonder how is Neferi in the split?
I think part of this game is going to be a matter of like who can get leads or at least not give leads, because I think Neferi might be okay into the Olaf if she can burst him out. But otherwise, because I don't think they're going to send the Anivia to side lane, right? I don't think Tahm Kench is great inside, although I could be wrong about that. So it's probably going to be Neferi versus Olaf in side lane. And I think that just comes up to, you know, who has the edge. I feel like Olaf probably innately has the edge because he's one of the better duelists in the game. Neferi being an assassin would rely on that burst. Olaf typically having slightly more HP would be more difficult to get through. But I think it might just be a numbers game.
Yeah, I wonder who has the advantage early then, because I know Anivia is slow to get rolling. We do see Sejuani being picked up a pretty solid ganker, albeit not the fastest in the clear department.
I think you'd be surprised. I feel like Sejuani and Trundle's clears are going to be pretty equitable. The Sejuani passive really goes a long way in helping you get all your camps done, and get your camps done healthy. Sejuani's clear might not be that fast, but it is healthy, because half the times the camps aren't hitting you. It's going to be interesting to see. I do think that Anivia, Olaf are slightly harder to gank than Neferi, Tahm Kench. Neferi is a little bit slippery, but often uses her dash as a trading or engage tool. So I think that'll be interesting to see. I think bot lane for both these teams, though, with these supports, is going to potentially be where a lot of action happens.
I was going to say, let's take a different angle on this. Let's look at first Drake, and I think that the two range champions of Varus and Swain are going to play a big role as far as who's able to secure that Drake, as well as the easier access that they're going to have from red side into the pit. So,
yeah. I was reading something, actually, where it was like, if it's double ranged versus melee support, so like Varus Swain versus Misfortune Maokai melee Swain range, you should always, the range matchup should always be winning, so you'd kind of want a path towards it either way as a jungler. However, in the 3v3, the Sejuani, the range side should win. Now I say should, anything can happen, obviously. But
I mean, the big part of it too is control over the space, because the range side of it should always have prio, right? So that's going to be kind of the ability to set that up is going to help a lot.
Hey, so far, client's not broken.
Yeah, we're loading into a game. You know, I really didn't think this was a big deal, but the last few days, I wasn't sure it would be possible. So we're here.
It is here. It is now. And
we have some hot takes in chat actually about Neferi builds.
Okay,
Hide and Shrouds.
Neferi builds full lethality. She used trolling. I don't actually know too much about Neferi. I did see actually LeChance was playing a bunch of Neferi recently. She doesn't do that. She can actually do things. Interesting. What are the prevailing Neferi builds right now?
I have no idea. I want to say that there's a lot of like maybe healing items and that kind of sustain like drain idea, but I really don't know. I mean the items that like bruiser melees go escape me. I don't play that stuff. Eclipse into Hydra. Okay, Profane Hydra. I
Yeah?
like. Yeah, Profane Hydra makes sense. But that is just the regular like
Eclipse, Hydra. So it's kind of lethality E, but a little more healthy. Eclipse, Profane, and then Serelda's or Edge of Night seems to be the prevailing. Oh! Uh-oh.
Yo.
Uh-oh.
Yep, I got it too.
Uh-oh.
Let's try reconnect. Let's just try it.
Yeah, of course. Because it's happened before where it says, we can get spectator data, and then you just hit the reconnect button, and it's all good. If everyone in chat could just say a quick prayer for the League of Legends client. The League of Legends programmers, all of those who have to interact with its API, just keep them in your thoughts.
To the Riot overlords. Black Cleaver is usually good. I like that. So
Black
yeah,
Cleaver
I
got
think
buffed.
a more bruiser sustainy build. The CDR, is a big part of it too. I hadn't thought about that. What used to be crazy with assassins is all the lethality items gave CDR. And it has been cut back, especially on this most recent item set. So
Part of that
that's
was
a big thing.
just because of Zed, right? Because Zed's gameplay pattern is very frustrating.
I mean, I don't really see it that way. Every time Zed destroys me, I'm like, oh man, that guy must be really good. I'm kind of. I play Lulu, so like I counter him all the time. It's not that hard for me.
Oh man, brutal. Imagine being a Zed player and you're sweating there 2000 APM, and then a Lulu main hits W.
Yeah, imagine being the Lulu player and everybody's just like, man, you're like, this guy's so free, and everybody's just like, man, what's wrong with these people? We're in, right? You're in?
We are in.
It's paused.
Top did DC.
Maybe that's why we broke.
Oh, that's possible because it's paused right when it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. This is going to be a great chance for us get a look at like new spectator bugs. So, are we going to have our post pause? Are we going to get some funky audio? Who knows what's going to happen?
I want to see like just one player completely disappear from our screens.
That would be fun. Like just chop off top lane.
Yeah, they're just invisible for a couple turns and then they reappear,
For sure. There was an invisible bug at some point, wasn't there? Like if you did something, your champ was just invisible.
I mean, I've seen a bunch of Rise bugs where he just disappears from the map, but he's still like underneath or above or something in casting. But that's that's like the last like 10 years, This always come back.
We got Ferg of Sun offering some potentially very dangerous things in chat here. What would we do if someone Venmo'd someone to unplug another player's computer?
What would we do? I guess it depends. I don't really know.
Okay.
This is a question for Evdingus. He's a master of decisions like that.
Dingo Man and his 4 little helper boys?
Yeah, but I'm not one of the 4 little helper boys anymore, so don't call on me.
Were you ever one of the 4 little helper boys? Were you on that team?
Look, I don't want to talk about it.
You were on that ARAM team? That ARAM squad?
No, that team in particular, I think I escaped. But I was being roped in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to get away. You don't understand. He just kept looking at me with that look in his eyes and drinking natty lights and then saying in like a very deadpan, stern way, "I hate beer." This is weird.
He loves beer though. That's like his whole
No,
shtick.
he does, but he'll tell you he doesn't, and he'll be so serious about it, and he won't even laugh. You know?
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it's scary.
What do
You
you
gotta,
think
yeah.
Dingus's favorite beer is, as someone who does not drink beer?
Good question.
Do you think it's like a Natty Light?
No, I feel like he's a craft beer kind of guy. Maybe some sort of like amber summer ale. You know?
Like a Fat Tire or something.
Maybe I could see it. Do you have real maple syrup for your waffle? Or are you a waffle fraud?
Listen, I have some real maple syrup, but that stuff is expensive. So I have it. I use the fake stuff because it's affordable.
Did we tell them about the new options today?
Oh, we did not yet. Here at the Low Budget LCS, hang on. We strive to give you an optimal stream experience. That is why today, for the Waffle Cam, we have 3 toppings, such as mozzarella cheese, M&M's, and a new trial to the stream, fresh cut strawberries. If you want your own low budget LCS waffle cooked on stream for you, all you gotta do is pony up 5,000 schmeckles. And of which, we've got a considerable amount on the line for this game. I think around 30k. So that's 6 waffles right there.
Hell yeah. Brought to you by the LBLCS, by the way. The LBLCS is not responsible for any excessive waffle consumption or health-related issues that are associated with that condition.
Yes. Additionally, it is brought to you by the Cuisinart Belgian Round Double Flip Waffle Maker. This bad boy can spit out a waffle about every minute and a half when asked to. It is a marvel of modern machinery, and
you do have to ask nicely.
Yes, you have to treat it kindly. But Cuisinart don't actually currently sponsor us. They should, because we're giving them all this great promo.
We are, dude. I gotta post pause. You gotta post pause.
I gotta post pause. And 23!
Very good. Yeah.
Are you at 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33?
Looking good, my friend. Goodbye. Love that guy. I'm so happy he's back.
Yeah, he's happy he's back too. He's going to therapy. I think it's really good for him. Hard to find a therapist that's open at night, but
I got him a parasol. It's very decorative.
Yeah, listen, he wasn't going to say this. It doesn't really block out all the sunlight. You know how it gets kind of lacy, so he is getting some like eczema. It's not too bad. He still loves going to brunch, but we're just keeping an eye out.
I'm just gonna bust out the duct tape, man. I could get a little creative. Maybe that's a bad idea. I don't know. We'll try it.
We'll see. I don't know how the count feels about duct tape. In any case, it looks like we're going to have both junglers pathing top to bot, but bot lane of Globetrotters are going to be behind. Kartik is going to be caught out a little bit. Nate GG with a beautiful Q. Going to keep them at bay. With Soprich and Tandave.
That trade was not as good as it looked.
Yeah. I mean, Misfortune is chugging health pots right now. So I think it was pretty solid, but Tandif definitely took a good chunk of their HP bar for it.
Yeah, I think it was played pretty well from the Clown Gaming side. Just to get the damage back in. It is distributed between the 2 targets.
Okay, and we're going to see Olaf going aggressive. Is going to hit level 2 here. Jack of Hearts has to be careful, and this is that top lane matchup we were talking about. First Blood goes over to Amistan.
Yeah, if you're Tom Kench in this matchup, your goal is to lose gracefully, and we'll see how that goes from here on out. Because it's not off to a good start.
Yeah. This top lane matchup was going to be hard no matter what. You see first back, Amistan's going to go ahead and pick up boots so they can run down Tom Kench even faster. Going to be a tough one, not going to lie.
Yeah, and what was difficult to begin with is now even harder. But this is where, players get tested. And if they manage to win this game, what a story it would be. So.
Yeah, this is where... Oh, hang on. We're going to see a little bit of an engagement in the mid lane here from Brio. Brio, no Ignite available, but the bleed and the dogs... Not quite going to get egged for him. So close.
Forcing the recall, though, is still pretty big. And this is exactly what you want to see. You have a Nefiri, kind of an unknown, a weird pick that not too many people are playing. This is what you want to get out of it.
This is dangerous for Tom Kench right here. He has to get this wave under the tower and not frozen on him. HGG going to go forward. They're going to opt into the trade. Thick Bob coming down the route, but HGG going incredibly low. Ghost now going to be used from Soprich. But the Trundle Pillar finds Tandave pretty nicely. Soprich gliding low. Ooh, flash forward. Dictator for life looking for the stun onto Draconic, but they're going to be under the turret, and that's just not quite what you want.
Okay, I think that's a good look from Dictator for life in the mid lane. Gets the flash out of the Anivia. So HGG kind of an answer.
Be careful here. Oh, but flashes forward. No fear. Tandave going really low, but he's also going to be able to pick up Nate GG on the back end. That's going to be a little trade of supports there with Kartik really out of mana.
Yeah, and most people would look at this. They'd be like, oh, great. Misfortune gets the kill. Other kill only goes to support. Really not a big deal.
Here comes the pillar, but Thick Bob going to start taking turret.
It's a flash, though. That's all the sums in bot.
Yeah.
When you have a Maokai and an MF that just got a kill, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, and MF still has flash and cleanse critically.
Yeah, this could be good for them if they can get the resets safely. Like Swain is coming back. Tandave close on the lane. Only Maokai gonna be around. As MF needs to back here.
Neutrals are spawning in the next few seconds here. Amistan going to have lots of top priority here. Should Thick Bob want to come and take these. Dictator for life spotted out on the ward. He's going to be challenged here by Amistan. Amistan knows this is his domain.
Yeah, there's no way that Tom Kench is taking a fight right now. Sejuani really just there for the optics. But probably going to go back down toward the spot side as that's where the action's been at. And the dragon has spawned, so it is kind of go time for whoever wants to secure this first.
Nate GG with a little bit of a mid-roam here. No flash available. Brio able to just hop over the wall.
Yeah, nice understanding of the movement. Able to get away.
Oh, but now Tandave
classic support leech.
Brio looking. Maybe?
Oh, Sejuani's here.
Yeah.
Anglers have joined the fight.
Both teams are sniffing for a tussle. We look at the top lane. Now we're going to go into the mid lane. Egg is going to be popped, but we're going to have to see what they can do while that resurrection goes down. Not going to be quite enough. Nate GG incredibly low. Dictator for life on Thick Bob, keeping Brio alive and healthy, and it is big dubs up for the Globetrotters.
A little greedy on that Nefiri flash at the end, but I think we saw a good helping of the Nefiri damage in that fight.
Absolutely. And I think it's very important that you're getting these other lanes ahead as Sejuani, because you are not going... Like, I think Olaf just 2v1s them even at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because he has the ultimate at this point. So it's just so challenging to go there. You need to go mid, you need to go bot. Meanwhile, Tandave also looking at Kartik here. Lots of damage. The pullback's going to land, but that cleanse that was available is good, but not good enough. Soprich sinks an arrow through Kartik's heart.
Yeah, nicely played, and this is exactly what we were talking about earlier in the game when they burned all those summoners. There is potential, but only if they get to safely get to a point where they can group the Maokai and the MF again and look for a play.
Yeah, I do love this, though, here from the side of Cloud Gaming Galaxy. Thick Bob using that prio from Amistan, Draconic coming up to support, getting those grubs. And this team, with that grub power, is going to be a menace. Trundle can split. Olaf can split. And there's, you know, if Neferi's ahead and can match the side lane, that's great. But you need to be able to match 2 side lanes. And I don't quite know how you do that.
Yeah, it's going to be a struggle. And the other thing that I'm noticing that might actually... Oh, here we go.
We might have a little bit of engagement in the mid lane. Neferi throwing a lot of dogs at Draconic 70.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of dog damage. Okay, we're going to see Varus ult coming out, finding Kartik really nicely. Dictator for Life, though, also available. Nate GG probably going to be the sacrificial lamb here. Giving...
The timing is nothing but pain.
Their life so that their ADC might live.
Yeah, and Kartik is actually not out of the woods yet.
Nope.
Endev has a long-range vision of the Empire. Dictator for Life giving that vision on the backside.
Yeah, Dictator for Life doesn't even want to wait for the wave. They just want to go for it now. However, oh, Misfortune clearing the way. Very, very nice, but an arrow plus a W from Swain's going to mean death.
And looking at the top lane, this wave state, really not good for Jack of Hearts.
Yeah, pushing out is going to be able to eat, but will instantly be CC immune. Now they're just looking to invade. Nate, you have to be careful. That's going to be a stun up, and that is most likely going to be a death.
Yeah, and Dictator for Life really putting the hurt onto Nate and this bottom lane for Clown Gaming.
I'm really liking the synergy here between Dictator for Life and Brio. The Neferi able to help stack the passive, obviously, and give Sejuani that burst damage that she doesn't innately have. Hang on, Dictator for Life taking a ton of damage.
Close.
Very close. And that's a little bit of taste of the Anivia, because the Anivia not doing too good early, but when does an Anivia get Giga far ahead early?
I'm going to say something for the Anivia late game right now that I've noticed, and it's a little bit troubling for the Globetrotters here. Varus is going on hit, and that is the shortest range way that you can play Varus. So that does kind of reduce that advantage that you'll have when you play the other builds, you know, lethality, even AP.
But I feel like that you have to go on hit here because you're going to need to be able to get through Olaf. You're going to need to be able to get through Trundle, get through Maokai.
Well, you know? AP busts down tanks pretty well, and you do have a lethality assassin mid laner doing 80 damage.
That's true. I was thinking lethality. I was not thinking AP.
Yeah, I mean, so there are options.
Well, we're seeing another bit of engage. Glacial Prison goes wide.
Yeah, I like the flash burned from Nate. It was definitely necessary and good to use it early.
Yep.
Man, this is rough because you can just dash over the wall too.
It's rough.
Oh no, no!
Hey, you made the pun, not me. Okay.
Oh, I did not. I was no.
Well, we are gonna see the next spawn of grubs coming up here shortly. Interesting to see. Likely just gonna go over to Clown Gaming Galaxy. They're gonna have 6 grubs. We'll have to see what they can get done with that. Bot lane, mid lane, going to be favored right now for the Globetrotters. So we'd expect to see some of that money coming through from the top side, or perhaps the top side bringing. Okay, we're gonna see a little bit of engage in the bot. Kartik's gonna get caught. Clean's gonna be utilized, but the Varus ult locks him down. There's just so much damage.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Swain got those early kills, but it's not really bad because Swain just has so much agency, especially in the early game here. In this lane phase against the melee support. Pumping so much damage.
Yeah. Nate GG can only stand by and watch this tower slowly deconstructed plank by plank.
And this is kind of an interesting, it's like the classic, you know, where the bot side is favored for one team, but the top lane is the other team's advantage, right?
Yep.
But we don't actually see this all that often anymore.
That's just going to use ult to clear the wave there while they try and get more plate money.
Oh, Tanda eating another turret shot for fun.
Yep. And yeah, 6 grubs going to be going into the pocket of Clown Gaming Galaxy here. I think they want to look to be pushing up onto this top turret and taking that whole thing down before the Globetrotters bot lane can roll through that bot turret.
Yeah, and I think they're going to have to start thinking about, because the gold is starting to balloon 3k up for the Globetrotters, they're going to have to start thinking about how they're going to manipulate the map to avoid those team fights, right? until they can get Anivia rolling, until they can get MF back in the game, they really need to leverage that Olaf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe you rotate the Olaf somewhere. Okay, we're going to see a little bit of engagement over the wall, but Brio is not in friendly company. He's going to get locked in here with Maokai, but Maokai might be in a little bit of trouble. Lots of damage coming through. Is there going to be a trade? And HEG manages to stay alive for now, but the bot lane comes up and Thick Bob falls. Oh, man.
Nicely done.
It was really well played for both. Oh, Amistan's here, though. This is not a free Drake. There is an Olaf available. Kartik, not bullet time, not available over the wall. Jack of Hearts roamed as well. Drake will just go over. Glacial Prison is going to land here onto this Sejuani. Nice wall. Going to mean they can't walk through there, but it doesn't matter because Soprich and Tandafe are here. However, the Olaf's on Soprich. Soprich is going to fall, and that's a ton of money into this Olaf again. He's autoing through. He is CC immune. Can he take down one more? Can he do it? He's getting incredibly low. No, Dictator for Life is going to claim that kill. But now Dictator for Life is going to be walled off into the corner. Beautiful use of that Anivia.
Absolutely devastating for Jack of Hearts. Eating Tandafe there instead of the 200 HP Varus.
Yeah.
The ultimate misuse. And just giving your 80 carry over to the Olaf.
I wasn't going to say anything.
It heavily influenced the fight, I think.
I believe so as well. And yeah, Amistan, now with that shutdown, sitting at 5,800 gold. Not quite as much as Soprich here. But still, that's a good chunk. It's going to be Triforce. It's going to be nice full item completion. First for the team. Draconic, though, incredibly low. Flash under the turret. Brio's going to take him down. However, Brio might pay for it, as there are two available. Is going to try and trade back, but the Trundle reduces your attack damage. And that's going to be all she wrote. However, an HEG might be in trouble, as Tandafe also has quite a bit of money here. Is alone, is going to use that Demonic Ascension. HEG going incredibly low. Will die. Coming up, Varus. Thick Bob is going to get sniped down from the bot lane.
Not Thick Bob. I was going to say that last fight is exactly what Clown Gaming needed to kind of bridge the gap between this early game and what they're going for in the mid to late game. But Rio got a nice pick onto the Anivia in the mid lane, extended the fight, and that turned out pretty well, I think, for Globetrotters.
Yeah, Clown Gaming Galaxy could have been okay. They just didn't have quite the vision or the knowledge to know that that roam-up was occurring because their bot lane is constantly shoved in. And now, Dictator for Life, enough power in their own pocket. Hang on, flash forward from Nate GG. Cleanse is going to be utilized. Soprich taking a ton of damage, but so is Kartik. Kartik's going to go down, and now Soprich, trying to fight his way out, is taking the minion wave. Can Nate GG get it done? Yes, he can.
That was crazy. He was so close. Oh, the Varus is nearly double killing outplay there. I don't know if those double recurves are intended. That's a little weird, but...
Hey, listen. You want more bows. You're a bow champ. Okay, Tandafe. Flashing under the turret is going to be able to take it down. Brio also going to be turret diving here in the mid lane. That's going to be all she wrote for Dragonic.
Yeah, and I think Globetrotters are really starting to run away with this.
Yeah, ballooning their gold lead, pushing their power, and they have champs that are very capable of doing this. But Fury, the Sejuani, both very mobile. Swain obviously loves to get out and roam a little bit. And Varus likes when he can one-shot.
Yeah, 100%. And I think initially I was thinking that the team fighting, that the grouping would be pretty good for Globetrotters, having the range advantage from Varus.
Double bow is for
I actually think
Terminus, apparently.
Oh, I have no idea what the build path for that item is. So that could
also,
totally be the case.
the Chancellor's toes.
Heard. Yep, I see it. I see it. It's a good call out, little robot man.
Good call out. Necessary call out. All right, 1 minute left on this Drake. How are Clown Gaming Galaxy going to win this game?
Honestly, I think they still need to play through Olaf. I don't think Anivia is at the point where they're really contesting these team fights that well.
Yeah, I think they're actually racing for first turret right now. Is going to go to Amistan there. Yeah.
Wow.
And now Jack of Hearts may also go into Amistan's pocket, although Jack of Hearts will be quite tanky here. Flashing underneath the turret is going to go down, though. So now you have an Olaf knocking on your top turret while the Drake is about to spawn. But Olaf looks like he might be backing off looking for Drake. I feel like I want you to keep up that pressure.
Yeah, the TP is available and Olaf's feeling huge. Maybe a completed item will change the next fight here. But I kind of agree with you. I think that pressure might be more important right now, especially considering the state of the rest of the game.
Yeah, and now...
I want to give some credit, though, to Jack of Hearts, who, after that really early first blood, has held down the fort in top lane. Definitely down some CS, but losing gracefully is what we talked about, and I think Jack of Hearts has kind of been doing that.
Yeah, Jack of Hearts, not the flashy job, but a very important job. It sort of has meant stagnation for this Olaf, as opposed to like an on-ramp to carrying the game. Ooh, but we're going to see a little bit of engaged. Brio going on to Nate GG there. Tandave going to claim up that kill. Jack of Hearts TPing in. Nivea Wall, Trundle Pillar just going to be used to buy some space. And it looks like this Drake's going to go neatly over to the side of the Globetrotters.
Yeah, Olaf is kind of down the flank, but I don't really expect them to move in for this. I will say, interestingly, Nate GG definitely fallen a little bit behind, but has not gone for the tank support item, which I think is definitely opening them up to these picks a little bit more.
Which support item? I'm not super familiar with the modern support items.
So this one gives the healing and movement speed. It is very good. I think it also gives like... Does something else, but there is like a pure tank one that gives you a damage resist shield.
Sure. Interesting. Well, Maokai does love healing and speed. Amistan going to be looking here for Jack of Hearts. Jack of Hearts just going to run away. I feel like once Jack of Hearts gets a Bramble, they may actually be able to contest the Olaf, because the Olaf is not getting through their health bar as quickly as I would have imagined.
Yeah. I think it's definitely a matter of time, as far as there's no way that...
Going to be eaten up. Olaf just going to ult out and go for that turret, and now is going to go for the 1v1. However, Tandave...
Olaf gets low on health and just absolutely starts mauling you.
Yeah, Tandave not quite able to get to their heart in time. Their top lane sweetheart.
Yeah, Tandave, I like the effort to walk down, though. Definitely had the ignite,
Brio's going to be going in, but Nate GG is going to be available here. Anivia Wall going to lock up. Brio going to utilize the ultimate, however. Nate GG going to keep him locked in the Anivia slow. Lots of damage coming through, and this is just a really beautiful front to back. However, Brio still quite fed. Have to acknowledge his damage. Dragonic flashing forward, going for it, but just misses the wall on the wrong side. Now we might see a little bit of fight in the mid lane, but Kartik, I don't know if you want to be staying. One arrow placed nicely, and you are gone.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised Nefiri was able to heal that much through the ignite. Really good job from Nate GG to screen the Nefiri away, keep that healing in check. Just really not enough to bring him down. Now we see this rotation out of the mid lane. They get what they came for, and honestly, I think that Globetrotters are splitting the map kind of well here, which is not what we want to see if we're non-gaming fans.
Yep. Putting your Tahm Kench side lane in bot to try and pull the Olaf down there so that you can potentially go for the Baron, as that is the neutral objective of choice right now. But, you know, 2 minutes 30, you have another window. So could be. But yeah, all credit to Globetrotters. They're playing the global presence quite nicely.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see, because it is going to be do or die on this next Drake, right? Maybe they can give soul and win, but it's definitely a tricky situation. I'm hoping to see them have the item breakpoints that they need to take this fight in the next 2 minutes.
We do see Misfortune hitting 2 full items. That's going to be pretty nice. We see Olaf obviously on 2 items and a little bit. I'm not quite sure what that medallion's going for. Maybe Death Stance?
Yeah, could be.
Yo, holy shit. Someone says Mighty is cool. Actually, Cooney says Mighty is cool.
Hey, it's my teammate right there.
Cooney's an OG.
Cooney's legit, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, not for real.
Mighty is in fact cool. Everyone tell Mighty how cool he is.
Okay, don't do that. I'm gonna get really uncomfortable.
He really doesn't like compliments, so it's really fun to compliment him.
I really hate that you know that about me. We've been doing this for too long.
All right, little robot man, what kind of toppings are you looking for here? Huh? I'll wait for.
I know what I'm looking for. I don't think that little robot man really knows.
What are you looking for?
I mean, I'm just gonna let you in on the secret here, little robot man. You can throw some M&Ms and strawberries on this thing.
Trans Pride waffle. Oh man, I'm gonna have to sort out M&Ms, aren't I?
You can either sort out the M&Ms. Don't you have sprinkles too?
I do have sprinkles. I'd have to run to the kitchen, and we're about to have a Drake fight. But
okay. We'll wait till maybe we hold that one until
you can just shoutcast for the next 20 seconds.
All right, you got it. All right, we're going in. Dictator for life engaged onto Nate GG again. The Trundle is taking a brunt of it. Good cleanse from Karthik, but Rayo go down, and that's a big loss for the side of Globetrotters. They are going to get disengaged here. Nice positioning from Anivia, able to escape on the backside. Tandave tries to find a pick, but really no backup as they are just going to retreat back to the Drake.
Yo, a camp, thank you so much for the subscription. You know what you're going to do. You're going to go to the one Denny's remaining in Vermont. Talk to our buddy Todd. Pancakes are on us. Waffles too, actually. We have expanded to waffles. Cooney says, hear me out. Popoba hair waffle.
Ew. What? I don't know what we do with that, Cooney. I'm sorry.
We do the same thing we do with the mayo waffle, and we ignore it.
Okay.
Alright, we're going to see a huge fight here. Lots of damage coming down. But a really great bullet time for Misfortune might be enough to help the fight go the way of Clown Gaming. Dictator for life incredibly low before this important neutral objective, and now the Trundle's going in, doing what he wants to do against the tanks. No, on the back end, it's a disaster as Kartik gets taken down. However, Amistan manages to find Brio. This is really hard to build a specifically themed waffle while I'm trying to shoutcast a team fight, but it looks to be pretty even, which is a huge get for the side of Clown Gaming.
Yeah, but this flank from the Olaf could spell disaster if it gets in.
Very difficult now.
Super important here. Selfric has been well positioned in the backline, has the big 2-item spike, and is DPSing this Drake down.
Yep.
So Dragonic trying to find a position to get some CC down. Nate GG risking their life to get in on the fight.
Oh, not quite giving enough.
Flow.
And Dictator for life.
Drake. Oh, that soul goes over.
That's a rough one.
Yeah, it's just so hard. And Amistan lost a ton of HP, did find a couple big picks at the start of the fight. But really, they need that Olaf to be able to run onto this huge Varus in the backline. And if all he finds is Brio, who had a good performance, but is nowhere near as fed, I don't know that they can win these fights.
Yeah, excuse me for the M&M ASMR.
Ooh, okay, I was going to mention whipped cream. I can't just call that out in the chat.
Okay, I don't have whipped cream right now, unfortunately. I'll take it into consideration, but you know, is what it is. Any case, yes, the dual threat of Soprich and Brio was what allowed them to really play that fight. Amistan did their job well. However, because of the way the fight was split, they just weren't able to fully have the sort of impact they wanted.
Yeah, and it has grown to the point where there's just a large amount of money separating these two teams, and they are going to need to do a lot more to kind of bridge that gap in a fight.
Yeah.
I will give credit again, though, to the front line for...
Hey, we're going to see a little bit of a catch-out here. Nate GG going to go down.
I feel for Nate. I've been in this spot so many times. It's impossible when you have the engage and you're down a bunch of gold to really make the plays that you need to, just because you need to also get vision.
Yeah. I do think also Jack of Hearts is increasingly able to hold off, as we are going to see them using that split pressure. Go ahead and start up the Baron here. However, Amistan going to be able to hit these turrets.
Yeah, what an Olaf thing. Don't care about taking damage because it only makes you stronger.
Mm-hmm. Some Kelly Clarkson, you know, playing in the background. I would sing it, but I don't want to get DMCA'd, you know? Yeah. Hey, Brio's actually going to look here for Dragonic. We'll find the dash in, but Dragonic, nice little stun, good little slow field. Going to be pretty safe. Maybe not that safe. Glacial Prison will go wide, but the passive is now being procced. Good stun found. Lots of damage going on to Brio. However, Tandafe is going to be here. Partner's going to fall on the backside, and your resurrection means naught when you revive in a field of enemies.
Yeah, Humpty Dumpty cracked before he could come off the wall, and that egg is not long for this world.
Rough egg.
Looking at, I'm going to think about a potential comeback angle here, and I want you to just entertain it for a second, okay?
Okay.
I think if you can combo like a pillar getting dropped as a Maokai ult comes from a flank, you get the craziest MF ulti of your life, right? That's really the only way I can see like a proper 5-man Maokai ult into MF ulti though. Especially with this team comp where like you can just eat the vulnerable target with Tahm Kench and get away.
But honestly, Jack of Hearts is not in these fights. He's just perma side lane.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of forcing that. I just think that it's become even more difficult to force anything on the map when all these tools are given to Globetrotters right now. Soul, Baron, all this stuff to dictate. So they might need to look for it. It needs to be a crazy angle.
Would be crazy. And if you have an Olaf running through on top of that.
Yeah, that sure is a help.
A little crazier. Olaf. 3 items plus a Bramble here. He's going to be going here for the all-in. Jack of Hearts going to be running away.
Yeah, good escape. But putting in a lot of work on the other side, Rio is just... really, they don't know how to answer this, because the Neferi can't be answered by the Olaf right now.
Gonna go in. Kartik's gonna be taken incredibly low, but he is gonna maintain alive. Maokai ulti gonna be used as the counter engage, and now there might be an option for a bullet time. Kartik's gonna look, and that's gonna be a nice little bit of damage, but not enough to get Dictator for life. Meanwhile, in the back end, Brio's getting taken down by Amistan. However, the Varus is here to drill the damage through, and Soprich will be dominating. However, counter kill is gonna go on to Tandafe. Shut down for the Trundle and HGG. Not long for this world. W's back in to buy a little bit more space. The question now is, can Draconic and Kartik hold the base?
It's going to be so hard without that bullet time, but if anybody could do it, I think Draconic can clear this wave and hold the line, but...
Ooh, diving underneath the tower. Soprich does so much damage. And, I don't know, do you think... Well...
I'm going to say, as far as what needs to be changed for next game... I want to give a lot of credit, first of all. I know the score lines are going to show that, like, yeah, Dictator for life all over the map in the early game. Really good job. Obviously, Sopric hard carrying these fights. I want to give a lot of credit to Brio showing us why that weird, quirky Neferi mid pick that not a lot of people are playing, but definitely a lot of people are aware of, can be so powerful, so potent.
You know, the waffle didn't come out looking that great, but I'm sure it's going to be tasty.
That doesn't look that bad.
The M&Ms aren't great.
Well, they're not gonna look like, yeah. They're not showing like the colors, like it's just chocolate now.
They bleed quite a bit. Thank you very much, Low Robot Man.
Are you doing the whole thing?
You can do the prediction. You can finish that one off.
Oh, I gotta do it. Okay, I'm sure I know who won, so don't tell me.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring back up the pick band so we can talk about draft adaptations here. Clown Gaming. Oh, cat, do not. My cat almost stepped on my power button, so he's gonna go off to the side. Good little boy cat. Yes, the waffles are live. Waffles are live, made custom to order. As I mentioned previously, we have toppings today. You could do a savory mozzarella waffle. You could do a M&M's waffle. Or you could choose to top your waffle with some strawberries. Now, will you get to eat it? No. But I will.
You can enjoy it in other ways. You know? Is that a bear fact?
Someone do a bear fact?
It looks like a bear fact.
It's a bear fact. All right, what's your bear fact?
Hold on.
What you got?
Bear fact here. Bear fact. Okay. Their claw attack does 2d6 plus 4 slashing damage.
Oh boy, it's a D&D bear fact, huh? Looks like we will be switching sides here. Go ahead and get that prepped. Nice. Okay, so we got a D&D bear fact. Hey, you know what's a D&D bear fact, but a Baldur's Gate bear fact?
What's that?
You can't hold concentration in wild shape in Baldur's Gate. Messed up. Really? Yeah. They don't let you. I was like, oh, I'm gonna play a druid. Druids are fun. Okay, you want a different bear fact?
Hold on, let me get a different bear fact.
Hang on. I don't want to do a depressing bear fact.
Okay, polar bears, if they stood on their hind legs, are 6 to 8 feet tall.
That is a bear fact.
On average.
Their claws are non-retractable.
Like they're okay. So not like cats.
Yeah, not like cats.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. There are only apparently
bears actually here, so now we're gonna get fact checked on all of our bear facts.
I'll come give it, man. Say the word. If you wanna hop in, bear, and give a bear fact, go for it.
I mean, I'm down for bonus bear facts. I think that's good.
Bonus bear facts are good. Oh, this is fun. This is one that I do know. Bears have unique nose prints, kind of like a thumbprint.
Okay. I'm here for the bear fact.
Okay, thank you.
Give us a bonus bear fact.
Bonus bear fact for the people. All right. There are actually, this is your bear fact with bear. There are actually 8 bear species in the world. They range from black bears, brown bears, polar bears, Asiatic black bears, also known as moon bears, Adian bears, panda bears, sloth bears, and sun bears. And if you want a bonus bear fact about myself, bear, grizzly bears are my favorite. All right.
Can you tell me something about the koalas and why they're not real bears?
So koalas are actually marsupials. They have a pouch.
Do bears not have pouches? We need to get these bears some pouches. Do you have a pouch?
If bears did have a pouch?
I am wearing a hoodie. Does that count?
No,
that's a pouch technically right now.
Does it have hair on it?
It has cat hair on it. Once again, okay. Also, yes, Camp, there is one Mexican bear, and it is me.
Nice.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Those are awesome.
Yeah, overall.
Thank you for the bear facts. I do wonder, because what about, like, I know there's like sloth bears and there's like red pandas. Maokai gonna be first picked again, but this time for the other side.
Yeah. I'm for this. I think this is gonna signal a big change in strategy, though.
It's very different from Swain, and we'll have to see. It could end up going to the top lane as maybe somewhat more of a similar vibe to Tom Kench.
Yeah, again, it is a big flex. Udyr also, I think, being hovered, that is a flex. That is locked in.
Okay.
I'm interested to see what happens with the Swain here, though, because the Swain is like a Dragonic staple, as far as I know. Maybe I'm just thinking of something completely wrong, but it's stuck in my head now. I believe it.
Commit to the bit. It will be interesting to see. Ezreal, very different from Misfortune in terms of identity. Perhaps they're looking to allow Kartik to farm up and play the other side of the map. Varus going to be the pickup again here.
I like it. I think this worked. Oh, the Syndra as well. We saw banned. Now getting picked up in the first round of draft.
Yeah, he's going to be a little bit of a different identity than an assassin. I mean, still a burst mage, like Syndra is kind of between a burst and a control mage, but
it's a little safer to pick early too. You're not as worried.
And good
I think
disengage for the Udyr.
we see this Ezreal. I think this signals as well that the support might be a little more engage or roam focused, giving that safety to that self peel.
And there's the
And
Swain.
everybody, that is just gonna be the Swain. I think it's mid.
Yep.
What I've been saying.
Okay,
So,
now hear me out. Hear me out, okay? Have you watched any LCK in the past couple weeks?
funny enough, I think I've been watching the Challenger.
Oh, are you aware that Keria played Ezreal?
Yes. I didn't watch the game, but I've heard of it.
So
I'm
what
meaning to
if-
try it myself.
What if Ezreal support?
I don't believe it. I think I don't feel like that's Nate GG's identity. I could see some like mage supports probably, but I don't really know that that's something in the wheelhouse.
All right. Well, we're going to see the Mountain Band followed by the Grand Duelist taken away.
And we've seen this Malphite ban already. I think maybe we won't see the Silas ban this time around, unless it comes from Clown Gaming because they have picked up the Swain.
Yeah, I mean,
But Syndra's already
Silas,
showing.
Silas can slot into a few roles. He can even jungle.
Yeah,
You're
it's
okay.
possible still.
Yeah, most things can jungle these days, and I'm not quite sure how I feel about it. Because I kind of like it, but I'm also kind of like, well, okay, why did I have to play those specific champs for all those years then,
You don't get any Morgana jungle games in yet?
I got a couple more jungle. I used to play, actually, I played Diana jungle before it was cool, okay? I played old Diana jungle when her like dash was her R, and you'd get to 6 and you'd just go Anyway, that's gonna be a bard.
I'm still playing Nidalee support, okay?
With the heal buffs, I bet it's pretty good.
Not. It's really not. I tried Nidalee ADC for a while. Also not good. Bard, I don't think I like, but I never do. So hopefully Nate GG is really going to show me something here. This does feel like a Nate GG champ, though.
Yeah.
This is definitely in that wheelhouse.
Very mobile, so better maybe to make those map plays that they were trying to do last game, where you have your Hugh roaming around, you're doing lots of skirmishing.
We saw some successful roams, though, from Nate in that mid lane. So,
for sure.
And it was a difficult spot, too, because Brio was just, very dominant in that position as Neferi. So still able to find something from those means, maybe we'll see a little bit more with the Bard.
Speaking of Diana, last pick up here from the Globetrotters.
Yeah, and I think that's jungle. I think we're going to see the Maokai support accompanying the Varus, and we'll see these last two, Tahm Kench and Diana, slotting into jungle and top.
Yeah, really interesting. Diana, I've been seeing played a lot, even though statistics-wise has one of the worst win rates. Olaf going to be picked up here, so that's probably going to be Udyr jungle, Olaf to the top lane again. We'll have to see if Amistan can get a little bit more done with it this time.
And I'm going to say nothing wrong with this. I think you run it back, same matchup. Not a whole lot has changed. There's still a lot of CC coming from the backline, especially of Globetrotters. And having that access via the Olaf ultimate, you're not going to worry about getting CC'd out, and you can just kind of get in there. Going to be valuable utility in these team fights. Also, the option to just side lane and not really be answered. They enjoyed last game quite a bit, in spite of the gold differential. I think they'll probably hope to do the same in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get that prediction. Go ahead and start it up. I never got to play Camille jungle. I'm very sad about that.
You know what I got to play?
Lissandra support? Oh, God.
Yes, sir. It was great. It's still good, I think. It's not as good as it was at the start of the season. But
I was going to say, I don't think they nerfed that, right?
I think they changed some items around that made it a little bit worse. But just because for support, you have to look at cheap items. You can't just buy, like, normal stuff.
They did change that thing where you, like, don't buy the support item first.
Yeah. You can still do that, but there's no double support item anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That also doesn't feel that good. I've been playing a lot of Senna lately, and with Senna, it really doesn't feel good to like, because you lose out on stacks when you're farming. It really doesn't feel that good to just start Doran's Blade and rock that till you back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna call out what I think is the most interesting matchup we have between these two teams this game. It's gonna be the Swain into the Syndra, right?
Mm.
And we saw Dragonic was playing Anivia, not the most impressive lane champion of all the mid pools. And Brio kind of got the better of it, right? But now Dragonic is on the Swain, the thing I haven't shut up about since game one.
Iconic Dragonic on his signature champ.
Yes. I want to see the tables turn. I want to see explosive 1v1 action in the mid lane. And I want to see it transition into a later game, maybe side lane fighting, or maybe team fighting where they're just both throwing their CC out and looking for picks.
I'm
Who can
excited to
do it better?
see what the Udyr can get done.
Okay.
This
is a volatile jungle matchup, right?
Yeah, Udyr has a number of build options. The lethality one, not as good as it used to be. I'm pretty sure the one that prevails right now is probably that sort of AP style. But a very oppressive champion early game if you can get snowballing. And perhaps maybe if you're snowballing with your top laner in tandem, play a little bit more heavy to the top side of the map. While your Ezreal is sort of safely farming and your Bard is roaming. Perhaps you can just overload that side of the map a little bit more this game.
Yeah, I can see it. I think Udyr as well is one of those champions that doesn't like a lot of junglers don't feel incredibly good in those mid and late game fights. Udyr kind of does, especially with that AP centric build.
Hmm.
I think he can deal a lot of damage.
He doesn't really take damage, and he does deal damage.
Yeah, so we'll see if that kind of changes things up, having that dive buddy to accompany the Olaf. Now that we have the Swain being able to kind of provide that really drain tanky front line, might be able to like enable the Udyr to do a little bit more of that diving duty.
Interesting. Yeah.
So where are we at on this? I don't see a lot of channel points going into this poll.
Oh, the Schmeck bet?
Yeah. Have you bet yet? Can I bet?
You can bet. Go ahead. Go ahead. Tip the scales. Do it.
I'm gonna tip the scales, guys. I'm gonna tip the scales a little bit. I'm just gonna, a little bit. Let's see. If you guys want the free money, okay, it's Clown Gaming's got only 1,000 schmeckles on them.
True. That's a 1 to 11 rate of return right now.
Oh, look at the money coming in. Oh, I'm gonna get so rich on this stream. Oh yeah.
Mighty conspiratorially laughing in the background. Now, for all of those who are joining us who are maybe newer to the league, we do have a YouTube channel. We post all of these VODs to there so they don't. Well, we try. Some of them get lost to the ether of time, but we try to post all of the VODs there so you can go back and watch them. And more importantly, we sometimes will post content there. Now, if you go to the YouTube search bar and you type in low budget LCS and then you type in Schmecklegate,
Whoa,
you're going to probably get like a solid, what is it? It's like an hour-long content piece we did a long time ago. It might be a little outdated, but I think it still very much holds up today in terms of like, getting you acquainted to faces in the league and dynamics and people's true nature, stuff of that sort.
What in the world are you talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you guys want, you can do whatever the heck he said. But don't ask me. I don't know anything about that, and I'll deny it till the day I die.
Deny what?
knowing anything about that. Whatever you said.
Gotcha. Well, are about to get into game here for game 2, this financial Group B series. Talk to me. Tell me why you put your schmeckles where you did, and give me the overview.
I put all of it. Maybe not all of it. I mean, I'm pretty rich around here, but I put some schmeckles onto the Globetrotters this round. I just think that their team composition feels good to execute in a team fight, right? They have a lot of engaged sources. They've got Maokai, they've got Syndra for pick, they've got Diana on top of whatever it is. You know, they even have Tahm Kench to kind of look for these angles. And they have the same identity that they were kind of looking at in the last game where, you know, they've got these 2 mid-bot carries, and the rest of the team kind of provides that utility. So I think they're keeping things pretty consistent. And that's kind of what I like to see from teams that won the previous game.
All right. With that, we will be on the Rift. Ripping and rolling. Can I get a 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Are we good, my friend?
We are so good. I'll see you at brunch.
See you at brunch tomorrow.
That's my guy.
That's the count.
Oh, I forgot to mention the thing, the parasol.
Hey, do you see what I see in terms of the timers over on the little Rift Herald doohickey?
Yeah, like the overlapping. It's very strange. Yeah, like one of them didn't migrate over to the grub timer.
Yeah.
Nice, right? Good job.
Well, we knew there was going to be some kind of spectator bug. Honestly, that one's pretty benign.
Imagine spectator was broken because they couldn't fix the
they couldn't fix timers. That, and because of that, they were like, no one gets to watch anything.
This is how things break. This is exactly how things break. It's like you add a feature, some little timer just doesn't work, and it breaks the entire spectator client.
I'm seeing a little bit of a graphical issue too. We've got some dark spots here in the jungle. I don't know if you see them there on that log. NateGG and Kartik gonna be face checking here. NateGG gonna be the first one to take damage, but Kartik gonna be dealing it back. NateGG does have flashed away, flash forward, first blood goes over to Tandave. And now Kartik is left to run for the hills. Soprich still walking forward using that ghost. But that does mean all summoners out from bot lane.
Yes. I don't know that Udyr is going to be the champion to capitalize on it, but we will have to see because there is a Bard, and Bard always throws a wrench in everybody's plans.
Yeah. Bard, listen, one of the hardest games I've ever played in my life was against a Bard top player. Okay? Ew. That was not okay. So if Nate can recapitulate anything like that, actually invading is something you can do if you link up with your jungler. It can be very effective, so we'll be interested to see how they play this lane. Obviously, they're going to get a little bit of a rough start to it, but has that option to get on out of there.
Yeah, and that's a big part of kind of one of the themes we were talking about in Champ Select. After seeing the Ezreal, we mentioned, supports that can roam. Bard is that support. Bard is the support that needs to roam because there's all these little treats that you can pick up around the map through chimes to get you scaling into the later game. And that does facilitate you going and helping your jungler, Dragonic, getting that spicy matchup into Brio. Good trade.
Yeah, Brio was looking for the trade there, but Dragonic just layered down their stuff and got the delayed damage, but overall one he can counter.
It's coming back to me. I'm remembering what I saw. It's that swagger. It's the thing that translates only when you understand a champion, their movement, the way they play. You might not have noticed. Dragonic hit S at the edge of the Q AoE from Syndra there. It's like knowing your hitbox.
Yeah. Absolutely. Dictator for life. Gonna have that scuttle smited away from them. But now might be looking forward. NateGG gonna be bonked back, and NateGG is gonna get one shot.
That's painful. Yeah, and Nate had a rough game last game. Pulling out the Bard, kind of pulling out all the stops. Really hard start to have in this game. But Bard is one of those champs. Kind of sometimes doesn't matter.
Yeah. As long as you're able to get out to the map at some point. Meanwhile, they're going to be going for an invade here, and it looks like we might have a little bit of an extended tussle. Thick Bob going to start going in, only level 3. The buff's going to go down. Thick Bob going incredibly low, but Tandave's also going to fall. Flash away from the side of Dictator for Life. Now Soprich is going to be the next, potentially on the chopping block. Kartik does manage to land some damage over the top. Flash forward. Draconic looking for the pullback. Not quite going to land. But a stun does come through from Nate GG. W not quite going to hit. But Dictator for Life taking a lot of damage. Goes back in to try to do the damage. Kartik is going to be able to stay alive, but gets tagged by an arrow. It's not quite enough.
And there's one thing I noticed after all that. You know who's wearing blue? Dragonic. How does that happen?
Dragonic bides his time. Says, yeah, I'll come to the skirmish. Yeah, don't worry about it. Goes ahead and picks himself off a blue buff. You love to see it.
Amistan does not care about this turret. Not at all.
Turrets don't exist in Amistan's world.
Most painful thing. We saw Tande farming there. This is rough.
Yeah. Jack of Hearts.
It's actually close fight here.
Yeah. Oh,
Never mind.
nope.
No.
Sorry. It's all off.
It's always going to look like that. Huh? Rio, trouble. Nate is here.
And just a little too far into the turret, and Dictator for Life going to respond to this top lane play.
These guys are all over the place. The action just keeps dashing between lanes.
Yeah, they really said, hey, game 1, we didn't get out of our lanes enough, so we're just going to do it like 50% more.
Yeah, I'm seeing... You have these two on the grubbies up here. No pressure being brought down from top lane just yet. Amistan is going to burn the TP to get back. And are we going to see the same kind of idea where the top side is kind of dominated by this Olaf, but then a lot of the pressure goes the other side?
Mm-hmm.
We might see the split map kind of idea here.
I think that might happen again. I think Kartik, in particular, right now is in a much better spot than they were at the start of last game. You know, they've got themselves 1-0-1. They're at a good start in the Sezreal. And it's very easy for them to farm nicely. So it's going to be more likely, I think, that Nate GG is going to roam up and out. Go with Thick Bob to mid. Go with Thick Bob to these neutral objectives. And that's what I'm going to be looking for here in the early mid game.
Yeah, I gotta say Dragonic as well has got off to a much better start on the signature champion. Definitely hoping to see that very productive start. And the dragon is kind of looming. This is what I want to see them go for if they're able to kind of convert on these advantages.
Yeah, dragon sitting there is available. But yeah, gold certainly far more even this game.
You know what a huge part of this is too?
Oh yeah, what?
Double range for bot lane, and it's switched over right now. Nate GG not on the Maokai has the Bard, so they are able to kind of pressure here. See, they are doing this. Udyr is on the Drake.
Yep, you're starting out that Drake because it does look like the push is going to be going the way of Nate and Kartik. But I do think, ooh, that's a good stun onto Soprich.
And this is where I'd like to see them be just a little bit more aggressive, right? Put the pressure on, and worst case scenario, like, what happens? You know, Udyr is close. Absolute worst case, Dictator for Life just there and you're instantly dead.
Dictator for Life looking over the wall, maybe. Is going to get pulled back by the Swain, but might look to go in. Ooh, Q from over the wall. Will it be stolen? Nope.
Nice. Okay. Thick Bob, easy secure. They are going to walk back to their respective positions on the map. And interestingly, Amistan really committed for that. Walked all the way down to almost to mid lane from top.
Yep.
Really not going to lose a lot, but like to see that. They are thinking about it as a team.
Yeah, had the opportunity, used it, and it seems like this game, Clown Gaming, are very much using their tools in a smart way. They're playing a slow game. They're playing a methodical game. They've got a kill lead in 30 CS top. They've got a little bit of a CS lead. Well, not an appreciable one in the jungle. mid's got a kill, and bot's feeling okay. So they are vibing.
Yeah, and I think importantly, I have seen what Dragonic can do in the late game fights with the Swain. It usually looks pretty good. They also have the Ezreal, who I think is very good in late game fights, especially when you're in this position where you want to be.
Dictator for Life looking to go forward. Is going to be able to tag there onto Nate GG. That's going to be a pick away for the side of the Globetrotters.
Yeah, Nate's just kind of feeling a punching bag in these games. But this is kind of like the situation we saw from Jack of Hearts in the last game, where somebody is playing that, that position that's going to get beat up on a little bit.
It's got to happen.
Yeah, and we're seeing Nate being one of the characters in this game that probably can take that beating and still be providing the same utility, just soaking it up.
Yep.
So if that makes Karthik have a good game, it's worth it.
Yeah, Nate GG is going to be back, stunning up Soprich, but Tandave providing their body as a shield.
Yeah, we do see on the other end of the map, these grubbies are going to be taken again. Is this the second round of grubs?
This is the second round of grubs. Going to be very strong here again. Amistan, in a very losing game last time, I think took like 3 or 4 turrets in the side lane. In the side lanes, I should say. So, really will have to look out, particularly in a game that's a little bit more even, in terms of what this Olaf is going to be providing.
Yeah, and kind of impressive the amount of pressure that Amistan and Thick Bob are putting down in this game.
Rio is feeling the one-trick pain.
This is so different,
it's not his
right?
one trick. Yeah, it is very different.
Like, look at the difference between this and last game.
Amistan just going to do the Olaf thing, walk up, hit the turret, get the plate.
Yeah, we do see Dictator for Life is lurking. I don't really think this is a place you want to be if you're the Diana. Thick Bob.
Ooh, that's a really good ultimate here from Nate GG. Brio forced to flash away. Is going to be able to be safe, but really, really good roam there from Nate GG.
Yeah, and we saw these kinds of these signs of brilliance from Nate in the last game. These roams that just didn't quite pay off. But if this happens enough in this game, we are going to see, especially given the change in mid lane dynamic, we're going to see Rio potentially going down to this.
Nate GG now going to the bot lane. No fear. Thick Bob coming in through the Magical Journey portal. Really good VAR assault combined with a Twisting Advance uses disengage.
Yeah, nice disengage. Tandave definitely very comfortable looking on this Maokai, which, again, another change in dynamic that we saw was this bot matchup, which side had the double range, which side had the Maokai.
So,
and
Amistan is just walking up and hitting the turret once and then walking away.
Yes. I think it's just spawning grubbies and then, like, just seeing if, like, because what happens, right? Jack of Hearts trades back. Olaf loses health. Olaf decides, okay, I do damage now. I will all in you, right?
Yeah.
Like that is kind of the decision tree here. So it's just kind of he's testing the waters, seeing exactly what's gonna happen.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen up there as well. Really, really, really large CS lead for Olaf.
Yes, it's polluting. Yeah. Again, though, Jack is holding those kills down. So
yeah, Olaf most money in the game this time.
Yeah, I did just see a pretty good trade from Brio back onto Dragonic, so kind of shifting the dynamic there as that completed item coming through for Brio has the Ludens. Not quite matched just yet on the other side of the mid lane.
Yeah. Full item, not full item. Speaking of which, Dictator of Life is going to be going in, does quite a bit of damage, but CC immune. Thick Bob not going to be able to do too much. The ultimate going to be utilized. Thick Bob staying alive for now. Thick Bob is going to be able to get out. However, Draconic might be in a little bit of trouble. Flashes forward, trying to kill Dictator for Life. Meanwhile, on the backside, Nate GG is going to get taken out on the side. No. Dictator for Life falls to Dragonic. And really well played here from Clown Gaming. But flash forward, they want blood, and they're going to find it. Thick Bob might be the next to fall, but the turret is hurting Tandave quite a bit. Tandave may have bit off a little more than he can chew, and the tree falls in the forest.
I think that's pretty good. I'm very impressed with that flash from Dragonic, dodging just a little bit of damage. and making that play kind of work, actually. Getting a kill back. The re-engage on the turret was honestly, I think, very good from Tandave. I don't know that. I think Tandave actually gets the kill, which makes it a little bit worse. But still, they are going to be able to put pressure on the bottom side of the map now as a result. Rio's still alive, no ultimate available, but the regroup happening faster. They get a Cloud Drake in response. And this really evens up the playing field quite a lot.
It's an incredibly even game, not just on the gold graphs, but overall in general. However, I do want to point out, Amistan took the first turret, now has the option to go ahead and start invading this top side. That's really, really going to hurt for Dictator for Life, because it likely means that Olaf is going to... Okay, well, Syndra.
Yep. Uh-huh. Nice play, and Olaf not getting quite as much out of that as I think they were hoping, but they still get to run up and pick up the Rift Herald, which is continuing this theme that we've seen. They are dominating the top side neutral objectives, picking up the third over there, and still critically even in the Drake game.
Hey, yo, what's up, Vader? Vader's raiding us. Thank you. Let's go.
Nice.
We
Vader,
are in financial Group B. This is going to be Globetrotters versus Clown Gaming Galaxy. The Globetrotters have the first game won. However, this game 2 is proving to be quite even. Look out for Olaf on the top side. Look out for Soprich on the bot side.
Yeah, and I think we do see the jungle items.
Okay, Varus ultimate going to be used, but Cleanse immediately used. And a really good ultimate. It's going to mean Soprich cannot push forward. Just spinning advance, not going to do too much. However, the goes forward. Kartik's going to be taking a chunk of damage, and now Nate GG's yet again going to be the punching bag.
Okay, Soprich definitely maybe warranting a Varus ban at this point. Seeing a lot of very, very clean maneuvering, keeping up those auto attacks.
Yeah, and this is interesting. They've actually got Jack of Hearts laning in mid, with Brio going to stop Amistan in the side lane.
Yeah, I don't know if I like this.
Where they are going to be able to use this Herald mid, and gosh, the 6 grub just means they chew through towers. Oh no, Jack of Hearts, your mortal enemy has arrived!
Oh. That's going to be 2, I think.
That's
I don't know.
that could be quite a few turrets here. Soprich and Tandave are available.
Nice wave clear.
Yeah, but Amistan wants more. Amistan wants blood. Amistan's going underneath the turret, and he finds it. Shut down for the Olaf here. Good ult comes out from Dictator for Life, however. Nate GG doing some work, trying to get away. Cannot quite. The burst damage is there, but Brio's also going to fall for that. And Dragonic is just mopping the floor with this demonic ascension.
It's the Swain, I know. Look at all that damage. This is what happens. You damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? You target him, he's tanky. He maneuvers away, dodges some damage, the team kills you, right? You don't target the Swain, and just look at all that damage coming down.
Yeah.
I think critically there, Amistan finding that pick off too.
Yep.
Absolutely huge.
Yeah, Amistan gets the pick, and now, for the first time this series, Clown Gaming have a pretty sizable gold lead.
Yeah, they're up like 2K, and they're still contesting these Drakes, putting the pressure. They're definitely falling behind on that. Actually, no, they're not really falling behind anywhere now, right? They're like fully caught up across the board.
Kartik is still pretty significantly behind Soprich.
I mean, completed item-wise, like, not that bad.
True.
I think they can take a Drake fight very confidently.
I think Soprich needs to back and buy at this point. That's kind of what I'm getting from the money information. Has the 2 longbows. Ooh, Dictator for Life. Oh my god. Yeah, Olaf damage. Cool.
Yep, pain. It hurts. And I did not like, by the way, where we saw the swap of mid and top. Just because neither side has the wave clear to kind of match. Whereas, like, Syndra was doing an okay job holding against Dragonic. Ooh, kind of a weird situation for Soprich here. And I think maybe a bit of a waste at ultimate ahead of this Drake fight, which is coming in about 30 seconds.
I think just really good from Clown Gaming to kind of force him to use that. He was looking down the barrel of too many members for him to really face on his own.
Yeah, absolutely. One flash there might have spelled the end.
Okay.
So, speaking of,
flash away does mean Stoppridge is going to be able to play this one front to back.
yeah, they don't really have the grouped team here, though. They'll have their tank Jack of Hearts matching Amistan on the top side. Really, the pressure mounting, and the Drake has spawned.
Yep.
See how they maneuver here. Syndra taking a position on the flank.
Dragonic likes standing in this spot in the pit. Can do quite a bit from over the wall.
To.
Oh, but Syndra with a beautiful scatter of the week. And now Diana goes in with a huge ultimate. Thick Bob going incredibly low. Thick Bob's going to be taken out as well. And AGG forced to flash away. Amistan is here. They snipe Udyr off the back. I mean, they snipe Diana off the back line. And now, oh, good E from Jack of Hearts. That is what you missed in game 1. And you're not going to do it again. Soprich going through the portal.
Crazy.
Chasing down Kartik here. They're going to get the kill. And that's a huge swing for the Globetrotters.
Beautiful execution, and we see it. Rio with the flank gets that 2-man stun, gives Dictator for Life the angle, diving in over the Drake pit, in onto 2 members, and they just find a fight. Yeah. I didn't think they had it. They had no position there. They were over the wall, 2 different sides, but they brought everyone together at the right time. They are rewarded.
Yeah. They now have the gold lead, and they're sitting on 2 Drakes. I think what was so critical about that fight is they played it for burst, because you cannot get into a drawn-out fight with Swain and expect to win.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you hit this composition for the Clown Gaming Galaxy, you hit it hard, you hit it fast, and that's what they were able to do that fight. Huge, huge props, particularly to Brio there, and then Dictator for Life for jumping on that play.
I'm noticing something kind of interesting here, too. Very early Blighting Jewel, which I think makes a lot of sense for Brio here, because you see the Wits End completion. Olaf obviously is super strong, a lot of money. But there's a couple MR items completed across the board here, and they are from some of the stronger members of Clan Gaming.
Yeah.
That early Blighting Jewel pulling its weight.
Going to be available. Now, do you think this Blighting Jewel is going to be turned into a Void Staff, or do you think this Blighting Jewel is going to be turned into Rip Blossom?
I think it's really hard to say. I like Void Staff more than Crypt Bloom still, but it really is champion dependent, I think, and it's also like Crypt Bloom I think is just cheaper. So
I've seen a lot of people saying you should just go Crypt Bloom because it gives you a lot more of stuff that you want.
Oh, Brio.
Gonna be a little bit of trouble. Pulled back by the Swain. And Var's ultimate not quite enough to save there. However, Tandave, they still want this fight. Whoa! Nate GG gonna be deleted from the map.
That's still worth, but poor Nate really does just get the...
However, Amistan now available is here. Has the target locked and loaded. Soprich is gonna go... No! Soprich gets eaten at the very last second!
He's still alive!
Whoa! Okay. Jack of Hearts is coming in clutch with these Tom Kench R's this game.
Yeah, this is 100% what we want to see from the Tom Kench, and really delivering. Soprich is just massive after all these fights. You do not want to be giving that extra gold over.
Particularly not to this Olaf.
Yeah, that was a massive, massive play.
Holy.
We do see the second item completion for Dragonic, who I think is still going to be a big part of the winning chances for Clan Gaming here. Going to be this Rylai's. A cheap item, does provide that slowing capability, but critically, I think also the survivability in these fights, which I think we're starting to see from the rest of the build.
And then I think he's starting a Spirit Visage, no?
Yes, I think so. And it makes sense. You are up against a lot of magic damage. The only source of the enemy team damage that isn't magic, and it's only like, like 80% of it or something, is the Varus.
Well, and you've got Thick Bob here to help you deal that magic damage. You're not solo AP.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, we've got a Bear fact with Bear.
Another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I actually did prep one, if you want.
Okay. Yeah, hit it.
Spectacled bears, which I believe are the only bear native to South America, naturally have resistance to chemicals called bromelins, which are some of the digestive enzymes that exist in things like pineapples, which allows them to consume them.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Now we're going to see Thick Bob going in, Diana ultimate going through with a nice ult, again from Jack of Hearts, but that's going to mean it's not available for Soprich. Dictator for Life, incredibly low, kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, trying to do damage, trying to dodge Kartik, and trying to not get caught by this demonic ascension, but it's not enough. Dragonic is just soaking in the damage. However, Soprich potentially has the reign to put an end. However, it will not be the case. There's too many beef boys, and now Soprich gonna be chased down here, gonna have to dodge everything, trying to get the trade kill, but it's not gonna be enough. And that shutdown is gonna go ahead and go over to Amistan, and I think they're gonna get the purple worm for their troubles.
And this is what it looks like when it goes the other way. It is Dragonic and Amistan together, on the same target, the same backline characters. It doesn't matter what Soprich is doing to Nate GG on the other side of the fight, because Dragonic and Amistan have cleared house on the backline. Soprich didn't get to do damage until they were ready, and they made some great decisions there. They are rewarded with the big worm. They are going to reset and go for this Drake, spawning in about 18 seconds. We will see a Mountain Soul, which I think is very interesting because it benefits, I would say, both teams pretty well.
I mean, a few more resistances currently in the pocket of Cloud Gaming Galaxy. But I think overall, you would still love it on your Tahm Kench. You'd love it on your Maokai. Speaking of Maokai. Ooh, the counter engage from Twisting Advance is going to go through. Amistan going to have to be careful, but Dictator for Life perhaps went a little bit too far forward. He is CC immune. You cannot stop him, and you cannot stop Dragonic and Amistan. The fight is clean.
Wow. And I was a little bit worried. We said in the last fight, oh, Soprich, that's it. That's it. And the Dragon going to be picked up probably at least one inhibitor, I would think. But the formula that we've been seeing in these fights to win is Amistan plus Dragonic heading into the fight together. This fight was not the case. Amistan gets it started, starts rolling in, gets really dicey. Amistan's at like, what, maybe a 10th HP? Like, very, very low. And then Dragonic comes in, cleans up the rest. Amistan getting out on a sliver, now full health because obviously Olaf doing Olaf things. But they clear out mid and bot inhibitor. They have the Baron. They've picked up the second Drake. Really no advantage there, but the gold has ballooned. 8K in the advantage now for Clown Gaming.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a wallet if perhaps in these next few fights. Just so rich now here for the side of Clown Gaming Galaxy. Experimental Hexplate going to be built here onto the Olaf, which I like quite a bit. Is going to mean that his ultimate is going to be up quite a bit more. And also, it feels like a perfect fit for Olaf. I'm not actually sure why you don't go at second, because you get, like, move speed and attack speed after casting your ultimate.
Yeah, it seems very, very strong. I do like the Wit's End in particular against this team composition.
That's true. And Sterix is nice as an anti-burst tool into the Syndra.
Yeah.
So the itemization does make sense.
Nate GG,
Rio, gonna be a little bit of trouble. Yep. Good scat of the week, but it will not matter. Thick Bob goes on a killing spree.
I'm almost impressed that Nate didn't die there. It has been sacrifice for the good of the team every single fight for Nate.
Yeah, I think we've seen that actually kind of from both teams. You know, game 1, it was Jack of Hearts. Game 2, it's Nate GG. And this is rough.
Yeah, I mean, on the back of these performances, they are just kind of ballooning the advantage onto players like Amistan, players like Dragonic. Karthik even catching up at this point, not quite at the power level of Soprich, but, you know, doesn't really matter.
Twisting Advance can be utilized here as the counter engage. But a nice ult is going to catch one. I mean, they have to run Demonic Ascension, going to be utilized. Going forward, a big ultimate perhaps, but just there's not enough damage there in the items. Dragonic going to go golden here. Now Ezreal going over the top, and Kartik goes on a killing spree. Now Amistan's going to be in the back line. Tahm Kench is going to be pulled back. Maokai's going to fall. Brio and Soprich are trying to make their final stand, but I think we've got a series.
I think we do as well, and at this point, we might as well call it a best of one. Both teams showing their prowess. A lot of things are going to change in draft for Game 3 here, but congratulations to Clown Gaming. Karthik narrowly escapes there at the back. They cleaned up a solid, clean Game 2. And we have seen a lot of characters here, a lot of champions that I think warrant a ban. I'm not entirely sure how many of them are going to get picked off in the Game 3 draft.
Mm-hmm.
And that's from both sides. We've seen Varus now 2 games in a row, Olaf now 2 games in a row.
Yeah. And this is honestly pretty big here. From the side of Clown Gaming Galaxy, I do believe that may be their first win of the season. So congrats, absolutely.
Nice. It's all me. I'm the luck buff.
Mm-hmm.
No luck involved, I think. They really got a good team identity that I think they were very comfortable with. They just played to their strengths.
Yep.
Tar Heels in the chat. I think our scrim helped them. Could be. Never underestimate the power of good practice, guys.
Good practice is important. I'm gonna be practicing this week at some point.
Is there any way that I could get one person to drop? Okay, there we go.
There we go. We are all set, and we are going to go ahead and transition back. Pick ban here. Can you tell me who's on which side?
It looks like they have swapped again, and Globetrotters are blue.
Globetrotters are blue? Globetrotters were blue last game.
Okay, they have not switched again. Globetrotters are blue again.
Great.
Yeah, totally. Also, I can't pay out the thing, so
I already did.
Oh, nice. Okay, I lost all my money, I think.
How much did you bet?
Don't worry about it. Like 10K.
Oh my god. Mighty
I got another 10K.
Giving money to the people. Luffy, I do have more bear facts, but we are owed a bear. I gave you a bear fact. Did you not hear what I was saying about Spectacle Baird and Bromelin?
Yeah, that Spec Bear was definitely on that bear fact. I heard it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you haven't seen a bear eat a pineapple. That's the fact. And now you know. That's a bear fact.
Absolutely.
Luffy is owed a bear fact.
No, Luffy is owed a bear fact. That bear fact was because of Luffy.
Yeah, that was Luffy's redemption.
That was Luffy's bear fact.
Wrong.
I mean, all right,
That's
listen.
wrong.
Since we're in such an uproar about it, let me find another bear fact for you here, okay?
You get a bonus one. We'll give you a bonus one. But it's out of the kindness of our hearts. Don't expect it to ever happen again.
Mm-hmm. Everyone knows bears mark their territory.
Wait, bear's here. Bear, give us a bonus bear fact that people wouldn't expect.
Oh, I do know that you need to be really, really careful if you ever eat bear meat because they do harbor a lot of parasitic infections.
Whoa, it took a turn.
There's a game I really like called The Long Dark. Oh, go ahead.
I am here for the bear fact again.
Okay.
So my bear fact are bears are bow-legged. This gives them better grip and balance. Thank you. Goodbye.
All right.
That was better than the bear meat thing you were doing.
Yeah. Fine. More from Bear, please. Wait, he just did another one.
Oh, okay. Bear, get back in here.
Bear!
You got any more bear meat facts?
Any more bear meat facts? I know that polar bears' livers are so high in vitamin A that it's poisonous to humans.
I've heard that bear meat, like not polar bear meat, but like regular bear meat, is like very gamey. I don't know what you do with that information.
I imagine. Yeah. So A single polar bear liver has 9 million units of vitamin A, and acute human toxicity occurs at about 300,000.
That sounds dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I like it.
a little bit depressingly, there was a. I think we're good, Bear. You can go whisper sweet nothings into Luffy's ear.
Nah, get out of here.
No, okay,
Bonus
come back. Bonus fact, bonus fact.
We need another one, right? Like
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
chat will go wild
It is
accusing us of not
it is
redeeming.
Bear facts with Bear, not Bear fact with Bear.
Yeah,
we
you got more,
to
right?
figure this out. I can't be jumping in like this all the time. All right.
Sure you can.
Bear
You're on
fact.
call.
Do you want?
What's up?
Do you want a bear fact about myself, or
Does that
a
work?
bear
Can we do that?
fact- I do it all the time.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, give us one of those, sure.
Okay, so my bear fact about myself is that I am 22 years old and I am a Taurus. There you go.
Tourist. Okay. Nice.
Taurus. Yep. All
Thank
right.
you.
No problem.
A tourist? I'm just gonna leave that one be.
Yeah. All right, we are
We
going to
do
see
have the draft going. Yeah.
Yep. Lear Ezreal going to be picked up again here by Clown Gaming. Draft so far looking just kind of like a salty run back.
I like it. I think there are a few things that maybe need to get slightly adjusted. I already see a Swain ban.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. We definitely saw Dragonic. Should not have been given the Swain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is the change up. The Varus is also banned.
Yeah.
So Kaisa going to be the next choice. Another character that has a lot of versatility in the build.
And a lot of burst.
Yeah, definitely a lot of burst. Also, maybe a better pairing with something like the Maokai support.
True, lots of stuff to proc that plasma on, so you can go ahead and dive in on anyone you want. Diego.
Now, this is one of the ways that I think you can abuse an Udyr jungle, right?
Okay.
So better clear. You've got pretty strong team fighting. Udyr definitely has some like utility options that might be a little bit better than Diego, but I like to see this.
Yeah, it is good to see, and I like Diego, especially with something that helps him set up so well, like the Maokai. I think it's good to see how that plays out.
Zillion is interesting.
Ooh, okay.
Now, here's a pick that I play a lot, support. And I don't think necessarily that it's going to go support, but it can. So we got to see exactly what their game plan is. Clown Gaming. The Malphite ban going to be consistent, continuing through the series. Pricey Fiora here. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And there are things that have changed. There are things that have stayed the same. I kind of like to see this in a series. These are teams that are starting to understand each other, kind of feel each other out. They're coming up with answers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think necessarily that Globetrotters have changed that much about what they want to do, but I think Clown Gaming can. I think from what we see from their draft, they don't really have that solidified identity yet. And I think these last two picks are going to tell us exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
Olaf, man, that is telling.
Okay, so the top lane matchup going to perhaps be a little bit more of a toss-up this game than it has been previously.
Yeah, I think it's here that they pick it too.
Mm-hmm.
What about Aatrox? Is that a thing?
Aatrox is a thing, sure.
Jace, okay, that's even more wild. So this I feel like has a little bit more like counters. It's still a flex, right? You can still throw
Can go mid,
Zillion
can go
support.
top.
Yeah. You could still do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they will. I think Amistan's probably taking that. But I feel like Jace has a few more like decent or viable counters in the top lane. Garen probably pretty good. Jack of Hearts going to be changing up exactly what they're doing quite a lot, though, with this pick.
Mm-hmm.
This will afford a lot less safety to the carries, a lot less engage, not as reliable of a front line.
I do think I like the potential synergy here, though, between Garen and Viego. Garen has that delete you button, and Viego has the need for someone to be deleted so he can play the game.
Yes, agree. And the Syndra gonna be called back from previously. Brio definitely showed their stuff on this champ. So
Mm-hmm.
I think the other thing, those two have like big swords, you know?
Yep. Big ol'
And
swords.
sword bros is always like a classic. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Aren't they talking about one of the champions that's going to be coming out? It's going to be like a sword-based champion. Ooh, Titan Esports. Thank you guys so much for the raid. Welcome here to the Low Budget LCS. We've got some financial gaming for you here. That's going to be an Emerald average elo. And we are currently 1-1 in a best-of-3 series.
my league is Emerald average.
Mm-hmm.
Whose idea was it that I put in this league, dude?
Bro, you have executive titles. Don't even pretend.
Yeah, that's fair. I like the Darius to round this out, though. We do see, I think Jace is certainly mid now, and this is Zillion support, right?
Yes.
Right, nothing else weird happening.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. I don't need
But
more.
Darius is going to be a better matchup into this Garen, so definitely something that I want to see them doing after seeing the previous games and the dominance that they put on the top lane. They should definitely be trying to continue that strategy as it's been very successful for them. Now,
Yeah.
the Jace mid into Syndra, I don't know that that's really that good.
I'm wholly unsure, is what I am.
Yeah, I think Syndra's fine here.
If I'm needed for a bear fact, please drag me in and drag me back, is what Bear says.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay.
Bear, I'm here for you, dude. Is that a
Switchstone,
Cuisinart?
thank you so much for asking. This right here is the Cuisinart Belgian round flip double waffle maker. Spits out waffles at a rate of approximately 1 every minute and a half or so. I have just made myself a nice little cheese-based waffle.
Jesus.
That's gonna be for me. But yeah, it is the Cuisinart Belgian round double waffle maker. I think so. The cheese tends to caramelize a bit and get very tasty.
Yeah, it's like 5K Schmeckles Switchstone if you wanna if you want a waffle.
Hey, there's a nice little copy pasta in chat that I think you should go ahead and check out.
Today, Mighty's father asked him to clean his car for him, so he spent the whole morning doing it. After some time, Mighty went back inside and his father asked him, "How is the car looking?" Mighty fool. He just replied, "What?" He just smiled and nodded.
Listen, it was a strong start, and then I don't know.
He knew that it was washed. What? What?
I guess if you need a car detailing done, ask Mighty. I think that's the moral of the story. You do car detailing, right?
Like, once a year, I take the car to the. I do that actually, but like not myself.
That's good. I should probably get my car cleaned.
Yeah. It's nice. I mean, like you find the right place, they do a good job. It's not that expensive.
Now,
cleaning your car is a pain in the ass. Like,
you know, I'm looking at bear facts, and a lot of them are very similar, and a lot of them are not very fun.
yeah, yeah. You need outlandish bear facts, like how much damage they roll when they hit. But chat didn't like that, so what am I supposed to do?
Rough. But very fun. I do love bears are nice. Black bears are great. Brown bears are scary. Polar bears are scary. Panda bears are dumb.
You have a lot of opinions about bears now. Is this like a product of stream, or do you think that this is like something that you've always had?
I've always been a little bit of an animal enjoyer, you know.
Ooh, oh, I like this. Owl bear facts instead of just like regular bear.
Owl bear facts. Oh man, I'll have to pull up
Yeah.
a stat block. Owl bears, although you can transform into them in Baldur's Gate, are not available in wild shape for traditional D&D. Yo, what topping do you want on your waffles, King J Blue? Do you want it to be plain, M&Ms, cheese? What are we thinking
You,
here?
you can get a little weird with this. There's sprinkles, I think. You got some
There are
chocolate
sprinkles.
sauce,
Chocolate
strawberries.
sauce I don't have out, but I could run and go get. Wait for the response to close it on up.
Ferguson says a brown bear actually took a run at them in the woods.
That's scary. Actually, there was an
That's
offline
horrifying.
TV video that came out recently where they ran into bears.
I mean,
Sprinkles.
they're just, they're animals. So you got to be careful. They're
Mhm.
cool.
Sprinkles.
Frankles, okay.
Sprinkles.
You donate the waffles. Ooh, maybe that's a thing. Do like a. I don't know if the timing lines up that they'd be any good if you took them to like a food kitchen or something.
Also, people are going to be very skeptical. Like, people don't trust food safety from stuff. Like, even a lot of food kitchens don't. Because I did look
that's
into the
true.
possibility.
But
But
it's not like non-perishable, sealed, whatever. Like,
yeah, I guess I do have video of me making it.
still, it's like
Most of the time, my household eats the waffles, and then any that we don't eat, we freeze and eat later, or I sometimes give them to friends or coworkers or something. That's the less glamorous truth. And that's
pockets the
the
waffles,
waffle truth.
he takes your hard-earned schmeckles and he pockets the waffles.
Yeah. Straight up.
This is the way.
But you get to tell me when to open my waffle maker and how to put things in, and that's that good parasocial brain juice that you all come here for. Mhm.
Look, you guys get to interact directly with the Belgian waffle maker, the Cuisinart double flip, whatever.
The
thing.
Cuisinart Double Flip Belgian round waffle maker. Thank you very much.
Okay, yeah. It's like you guys are cooking them by hand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Conservation of waffles. It's like a law of the culinary arts.
I don't have kids. My roommates like breakfast for dinner, so
I don't think there's like a wrong time for breakfast foods.
no.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Breakfast food's generally pretty good.
We do need a little resync here.
33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40.
good.
Goodbye, my friend.
Goodbye.
You should try cognitive behavior there.
Huh?
Huh?
What?
In any case, we are going to get into this game. Very different game from Game 1 and Game 2. Some things similar, some things not so much. Going to be very exciting to see how these teams work, what can get done. I think Clown Gaming did a really good job playing the game their way last game. We'll have to see if the Globetrotters will let them do that again or will yet again wrest control. I think a lot of these fights have just hinged on a good team fight or two as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see when these two teams start going up head to head.
Yeah, so I've got a couple like points to focus on for this game. I think again, bot lane gonna be very contentious. We see some similar ideas, but critically, the Varus is gone for Soakridge, so we're gonna have to see the performance might not quite the same. We've seen very good Varus performances in the last 2 games.
Sophrich
Also,
does play
we've got
quite
the
a bit of
Zilean.
Kai'Sa. You know that.
Yeah, I think they're fairly similar. It's just a range difference, which definitely changes how you're going to play, especially in a series where you're getting comfortable at that range, having to play closer. But we do see the Zilean as well, which I think is a big, like... again, we saw Bard last game. That throws people off. One of those champions that adds a lot of chaos. Zilean can do the same thing.
And you can't kill Nate GG if he has a Zilean ult on him, you know? Ooh, Kartik might be in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to get bonked back, take quite a bit of damage. Flash forward, one more auto, plus the Ignite, not going to finish him off.
A lot of summoners burned there.
Here comes the Viego. Is going to be able to land that stun on Dragonic. Dragonic can be forced to flash away.
Amistan.
A couple of spinny boys. I think Amistan's going to get the better half of that trade.
Yeah, but again, this is Garen now. So you have that sustain. You just stay out of combat for a little bit.
And vibe it up. Absolutely. Udyr going to be sequencing a little bit faster. Dictator for Life opted for that 3 camp into the mid game, so will be lagging behind their counterpart in the jungle. Likely will be forced to capitulate to the top scuttle, because I do believe Amistan will also have that priority.
Yeah, I'm going to say I really am not happy to have seen the exchange that they did bottom lane. Just because I think that you have to pay that respect to this this Kai'Sa Maokai lane when you have champions like Ezreal and Zilean that really don't in any way inspire confidence.
Amistan really flexing on the enemy jungler here, moving in, trying to prevent him from getting the Gromp.
Yeah, this is a little sketchy though, because all that time from Amistan committed down here, and Jack of Hearts is going to try to rotate down. The wave is there at the turret. You can just go collect. Looks like Dictator for Life is fine.
Yep. Tandave not going to get canceled there by the bombs either. Jack of Hearts just going to be vibing. Viego going to be able to pick up his Gromp eventually.
Yeah, things have leveled off. I think the biggest CS advantage from all of this early game has been Sophrich here. Going to be able to catch some of this wave crashing on the bot side.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
See how much of it they actually get, but...
Top lane also a little bit of a CS differential.
Yeah, things so far are going a lot better for Jack of Hearts, though. The previous 2 games, I think First Blood had already occurred in top lane.
We don't talk about game 1.
Right, it's true.
Yeah, absolutely. Very even game so far. Little tiny leads here or there, but overall gold dead even. A little bit quiet right now. Okay! Dragonic took that as a personal insult. Went for the all-in there on Debrio.
I've already got something for you.
Okay.
Sophrich is going AP.
Oh, interesting. We saw another AP Kai'Sa build the other day, didn't we?
I learned what the problem was with that.
Okay.
They didn't go Muramana. You have to get... Why would you ever go a Kai'Sa build that doesn't go 2 evolves? They just go Muramana. And then they get like a Cole or something to add a little additional AD to get the Q evolve. And then once they've leveled enough, they sell it.
Interesting.
But I've played with it now, and it is so much better if you can actually finish targets that you're poking with that W.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Remind me, the W evolve is from AP, I'm assuming.
Yes, yeah.
Is the Q evolve from the AD? Or is that the E?
AD, yeah. So the E is the attack speed. And one of the things I was looking at with that build is that they don't go Nashers. So they actually never get E-Evolve. Normally, if you have attack speed boots and Nashers, you have the E and the W.
We're going to see Garen contesting this here as Dictator for Life is going to go for the Dragon. Jack of Hearts has to be careful, can be collapsed on by at least 3 people. Cloud Drake's going to go down, Dictator for Life going to start roaming up, although I expect those grubs to be gone by the time that occurs.
Yeah, and they are kind of falling into the same patterns here, but definitely a different vibe.
Yeah.
As it just feels so much more tense. There isn't really that clearly defined advantage on one side of the map or the other at this point.
Yeah, it does feel like Clown Gaming are eking out just a little bit extra, which I do feel is reflected in their 500 gold lead right now. I think they're going to be getting some tower plates using that grub power, but we'll have to see how that matches potentially the early Drake stacking on the side of the Globetrotters.
And I think Amistan is showing just so much comfort here. Probably gonna stick around even after all that. Garen doesn't have Ignite or the Ghost, so just really not having that chase down or extra fighting potential.
Yeah, and that CS differential is going to be there in the top lane. It's going to be there in the junglers. Udyr is just a mad clear machine. However, Viego does have access to that Noon Quiver, which is a nice spike for him. So I'm interested to see if he can get out on the map and make some plays. Dragonic taking so much damage. Brio flashing forward, trying to find it, is able to get the first blood.
Look, it was ugly. Where no one's going to deny that. But did Brio get the kill and the extra gold?
Brio got the kill, got the extra gold, and got the wave into turret.
Yes, that's critical as well. And it's a small CS advantage, but in a mid lane that we have seen be so contentious as it has been, that is important.
Absolutely. And that's going to be really nice when you're on this Syndra that scales a little bit better than the Jace.
Yeah, and the Jace, I'm interested to see itemization. This isn't a champion that I've seen a lot since the new season items have been kind of brought into the game. I'm expecting to see a lot of the usual lethality culprits, but we'll see.
And Dave just going to take a little bit of poke there, not going to be too bothered. While Amistan going to be throwing down a load of lead stacks in the top lane.
It's so brutal. Imagine you pick the Garen, you're like, oh, I got a Jace, this is free. And dude just goes, oh, no, it's Jace Smith, I'm going Darius. That is so sad.
Yeah, and Darius, I think, fulfills the Olaf responsibilities in that he has an axe, and he's brutal if he gets on your backline.
Yeah. And he probably just keeps winning the top matchup for as long as he wants.
I don't know, if Garen gets any sort of cash injection, it has ultimate, could be a little dicey.
It's definitely way more playable than Kenshin to Olaf, I would say.
Yes. We're going to see that gold lead just be a level 500 for now.
Yeah, I haven't seen Karthik back in a long time. Still just sitting on only the tier. And it's got me a little bit worried with the dragon looming. Okay, there is the reset coming through. Want to see these items completed for this second Drake of the game because I think it's actually fairly important.
Yeah. Dictator for Life has the majority of their gold currently in their pocket. 2,400 and 2,900. Dictator for Light going to be able to go ahead and just take that one away. Brio also might be available. Does miss the Scout of the Week. That could be challenging. Ooh, Syndra ulti going to be used. I don't know if I love that right before Drake spawning, especially with Amistan ghosting down here. This could be disastrous, and that's going to be Dictator for Life going down. Meanwhile, Jack of Hearts is going to look for the kill. Thick Bob staying alive. Thick Bob is a fast bear, and now Jack of Hearts is left alone. Slightly miscalculating the damage means the saddest of times for our man in plate armor. On the bot
other side, though,
Saprich finds a solo.
Not bad. So Saprich definitely still showing the chops off the Varus. And they are actually going to go for the grubs here, which I really like because there's no way that this dragon is going to get picked up in the time they need to reset.
Yep, just going to go ahead and take the grubs. It's going to be huge again for Amistan here in the top lane. Really good play also for Dragonic 70 there.
Yeah, and Nate showing up, being there for the fight. Didn't really feel needed at the moment, but if that broke out into something that wasn't as cleanly executed, that Zillion ult could pay dividends. I think we might be seeing that in the upcoming fight. As we see Yomu's first item completion for Dragonic in the mid lane. Probably going to see a lot more damage coming through from this poke. And one thing we haven't talked about is that range that they have. You do have to be careful of things like the long range Syndra CC, Maokai ultimate to catch them off, but they have a lot of range to siege the pit.
Looking, Misty Advance going to be used as a disengage tool. However, Nate, GG, and Kartik are available. We're going to see dual engages on either side. Brio's going to be in a little bit of trouble and will go down. Meanwhile, Tande perhaps looking to engage onto the bot lane, but it's not going to be good. And that tree is going to be forced to flash away. Dragon, absolutely going to go to the side of Clown Galaxy. Clown Gaming Galaxy.
Pick that one up. They
Clown,
rotate into mid. Clown Gaming Galaxy, I think.
Clown Glug.
CGG, which looks like GGG, but is CGG.
Yo, where's GGG Turtle? Where is
Plays
he?
tricks on your eyes.
I'm not tired,
Aaron
guys. You're
escape.
tired.
I think we're getting there, man. This is the last game of the series. We're ready to rock and roll.
I need tea.
Reload. Yo, I almost had coffee the other night.
I have to
thought
go
I was gonna have a game.
Grocery shopping after this.
No, really?
Yeah.
I'm not shopping till at least tomorrow, maybe Friday. I'm just gonna scrounge whatever. I've been really enjoying the term struggle meals.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. Jack of Hearts getting ulted by Amistan. Amistan's just happily expending that for a little bit of pressure.
Jack of Hearts going to be nice and healthy, though, and does still have the Demacian Justice. I like a struggle meal. The problem is, since I have two other people who I live with, and we sort of trade off cooking, it's hard to be like, hey, everyone want a struggle meal? You know?
I'm going to feed you guys mac and cheese today.
Oh, it's time for a can of soup and some really bad grilled cheeses.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've been trying to refine my struggle meals. So I don't know how to. It's like
I did make a good struggle meal for lunch today. I made ramen with sautéed cabbage and slightly burnt corn. And then I diced up some pickled daikon to put on top.
When I really need to, I just.
Ooh, Draconic! Oh, 1 HP! Whew.
No MR, so that's just slightly lacking damage there from Brio. Very close though, and that's the Syndra outplay coming through.
Yeah, a little outplay button mechanics going through there. But yeah, Globetrotters just not quite able to find as many ins this game.
Yeah, and it's definitely showing in the scores, in the gold, and now even kind of in the objective game. They are falling behind just slightly. What I really want to see, that I think we saw in game 1 more than game 2, and definitely in both more than this game, I want to see Dictator for Life kind of dictating a little bit more of these fights.
Mm-hmm. Does have that Kraken Slayer now. Very strong item. Energizes quite well with his kit. You have garlic powder or Greek seasoning? Oh yeah, no, listen, I season my shit, okay? Dragonic might be in a little bit of trouble here. Tandafe is available, but not too much happening. Will be caught up in the twisting advance. Kaisa W comes from over the side. Dictator for Life is going to be able to get the reset here. Thick Bob going to be the next one available. Dictator for Life doing damage. Goes forward. Nate Chichi and Thick Bob are going to be okay, and that's just going to be a 1-for-1.
Yeah, nice job getting one back. Actually, is it? Yeah, okay.
Also, if you don't buy onion powder and put it in almost everything you cook, by the way.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it is part of the prep to chop an onion.
Okay, Smite is going to be stolen away by Thick Bob, showing his prowess here on the Udyr, and now leaving Amistan to go ahead and clean this one up. That's going to be 1 kill. That's going to be 5 stacks immediately used. Soprich forced to go over the wall. Now Jack of Hearts going to be the next one on the list. Demacian Justice can rain down from the skies, but he's not going to have the chance. Disaster for the Globetrotters.
That's getting hard out here. So now we're starting to see it kind of shift, but I want to point out that Soprich has not been in many of these fights. And Soprich has been such a huge part of the success of this team. So we're going to look for these team fights, see how they execute. I think a lot of the dynamic shifts that they've made might be hurting them there, where we have the Garen as opposed to a steady frontliner. But the major thing that I think that's going to change is it puts a little bit more of that burden of execution onto the carries. And we have seen Brio and Soprich do a really good job. So can they handle it? Will they come through in these team fights? We got to see it.
Yeah.
I will say on the... On the struggle meal front, fried egg, Runny
Yep.
yolk.
Yeah.
Cheat code.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%.
For anything. Literally anything. Ice cream?
What?
Send it. What? Carrots? In the marinade.
Huh? Huh? I don't know, dude.
What, you don't put carrots in your marinade? Oh, Brio. Gonna be in trouble here trying to burst out Dragonic, but Dragonic just gonna carry that Zillion ult. Not gonna be sweating at all.
No danger at all. Is this bugged, or were Karthik and Dragonic on the same stacks of their Manamune for a second there?
I think they were.
They're both at like 309.
Yeah.
That's kind of dope.
Because now they're at 315, 318. Yeah.
They're both at 318. Nice. Okay. Very cool. I like it. Synergy. Drake is going to go over.
Yeah. Starting to stack now here. Lots of damage going on at Tandif. Thick Bob very, very fast on this deer. Amistan also not going to let them get away. Although they will get away. What are the ranks of these teams? This is Emerald average. Most of the players you see here are in mid to high Emerald.
Yeah, these guys are good. And they have been showing it throughout the series. At this point, I think we're looking for just a little bit more, though. As things get dicey at the end of a series. Teams, they're put under the pressure. They really have to show that mettle.
Yep. It is do or die in this Game 3 series for both teams. You either get the dub, or you don't get the dub at the end of the day. And
it's really cool because you just boil it down to kind of a best of one, but with way more information.
Which I think is a really, really fun experience. It's one of the things you sort of kind of live for when you're playing in one of these rec leagues. It's honestly the most fun when you have this extended series. You get all of this draft and scouting information about your opponents. And then you can, put it to use in sort of developing your composition, changing your play style.
Yeah, and it's this added layer of depth to the game where it's not just your decisions in game, but it is your decisions between the games that are definitely affecting how you're going to perform. On top of everything like nerves, and here we go, a team fight.
Ooh, yeah, Tandave going to be caught out a little bit, but actually no, Thick Bob's going to be the one who might be in a little bit of trouble. Lots of shields going to keep him alive, but Soprich doing damage from over the rest of the team. Thick Bob's going to be forced to run away. Nate GG flashing. No Zillion ult now going to be available for this next skirmish here.
Yeah, that was a good find, actually. And Globetrotters...
Dragonic going to be 1v1ing here in the bot lane. Dictator for life looking to do the damage. Oh, there's a minion, but it's okay!
We need to see that, though. That is exactly what Dictator for life needs in this game.
Yep. And on the back end of that, Brio did manage to find Thick Bob. Or
yeah,
Zoprich
big
did.
influx of gold. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's
Keep
better,
saying
actually, I think.
Thick Bob. Thick Bob.
I like it. And we are seeing the Kaisa build, by the way. We have the Luden's completion. So a lot of cooldown reduction actually already coming through. We see the Cull as well, so that Q Evolve has happened. And I think next is going to be that Crypt Bloom for the added magic penetration, a very cheap source of it. As well as, I mean, the heal, like, it's kind of weird to proc. It doesn't really... No one cares.
I think you get. I think the big thing is you get pen and you get CDR. I think is the other reason people like it.
Yeah, and that on top of what's already been completed means 2 evolves, Q and W, as well as a really healthy amount of cooldown, which is going to facilitate launching those Ws constantly, even if you miss.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we are going to see the time-honored tradition of the Baron Dance. Both teams going to be trying to get their vision, trying to clear out vision. However, Arctic just going to be eat on out of there.
Yeah, Tandave taking a big chunk out from Draconic there. And that Jace is starting to hit. Both Muramanas completed. You also see the Muramana completion from Sopric. So
lots of poke from both of these teams, really. So extended trades are kind of a who can hit / dodge sort of thing.
You know what's really great about that?
What?
Ocean Dragon. He's our soul. That actually matters so much, given what these teams are picking here.
Does actually. Ooh, and AGG is going to be in a little bit of trouble, forced to use the ultimate on themselves. But it is going to mean that they are able to stay alive now. The rest of the team coming over to support. Twisting Advance to use as a little bit of a disengage. Amistan. Gotta be on the flank, though. This is a little scary.
They're here to support their teammates. Everybody converges. TP still available for Dragonic, and no picks to be had. AGG did have to burn the ultimate, but the cooldown is pretty short.
They can spot.
Uh-oh.
Flash for Flash. Dictator for Life gets the flash out of Kartik there. Really, really important. Now, Amistan's going to be the next target. Scatter of the Week's going to land. But Ghost is going to be utilized, as is Flash. Amistan not wanting to die, not wanting to give them this objective.
Yeah, but so important. Amistan will not have that Ghost available to get into the next fight. This isn't Olaf. This is Ghost Flash Darius. No TP. So, they are on the Drake. The rotations are coming through. Darius will not be showing up to this fight.
Yeah, rotations coming through. Dictator for Life will make it in time, as that W did a nice little chunk there. Big Bob going to be engaged on, but Nate GG's going to go down. You don't have the ultimate available. Tan Dave going to be in trouble, but now spinning to win is the Jack of Hearts in the back lane. He will die, however, from over the wall. Here comes the Viego doing that combination 1-2 punch.
Massive, massive fight. And Globetrotters look like they're going to go for this dragon. Darius is here, however.
Yeah, Amistan made his way down from the top lane. Blast Cone available. Don't expect the Drake to be free, especially as Ezreal goes over them. Brio going to look for the kill. Kartik going to take a lot of damage using the heal to get out of that one.
Narrow miss from Sofrich there. Almost picking off Kartik at the back end of that fight.
Still
they
could.
do get the Drake.
And Dictator for Life is going to be able to find the stun and gets the kill. However, they might die as Draconic is there to back it up.
Yeah, no collection under the turret. Dragonic going to be very happy with that little influx of gold. I don't know if I like that play from Dictator for Life.
The Dragonic going to be the wealthiest player in the game at this point. Up to 9,000 gold all told. I have to see what they spend the rest of what they have in their pocket on. It's going to be Strelda, so that's going to be 3 items now finished here for this chase. Huge.
Yeah, and funny enough, as good as all of that went for the Globetrotters, they are still down gold as a team.
Mm-hmm. Still down a solid 2.5k. Over the wall, Tandave gets pulled. And HGG looking to come assist. Twisting Advance going to be forced to utilize. Scatter of the Week is going to land.
Yeah, and they're just going to have to pull out of this one. They are going to rotate back up toward this top lane. I think they can take a little bit of safety up there. Nate GG got to be careful with this rotation. They do not have pressure in mid. They have the vision and control on the top side.
Mm-hmm. And now, yet again, we dance around the large purple worm.
The dance. This time, though, Jack of Hearts is here, matching the Darius, which means unmatched in the bottom side Dragonic with the TP available. Brio could go down there, has TP as well, but notably still in the mid lane. Now looks they are going to...
He is going to be making his way down there. Unleashed TP available as Vision gets cleared out. Baron. I think we're just on a holding pattern. Now, you know what we haven't talked about, I think, in a lot of these games? Which team scales better? Because I'm very uncertain.
So, I want to say it's been very even in most of these games. This game in particular, I would actually give a slight edge, probably to Clown Gaming. I think a big part of that for me, because I don't think that the Jace is necessarily going to perform super well into this team comp, but the Ezreal and
they're looking for Amistan here. Amistan going to be using that Ghost to get out yet again.
Sketchy.
Ghost
I think
has
the Zillion
a short cooldown.
Yeah, it does. I think the Zillion ult for teamfights is a big part of why I give the edge to Clown Gaming. Zillion in the late game is so annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. On the other end of it, though, definitely this Kaisa is going to do insane damage in the end game. So it's hard to say.
Ooh, Brio's going to be trapped underneath this turret. Does use a Scout of the Week to make sure Draconic goes away. And a beautiful Golden is going to mean that they get to stay alive. Jack of Hearts using the TP, however, to get down here for that play. So that's going to be -1 TP.
And it's very reactionary, where they probably get away with just starting Baron.
Yeah. Not going to start it up just yet, though. I mean, I think it's fair because you do have the advantage TP. Like, Amistan, Flash Ghost, right? So, when you have that TP on both Jack of Hearts and on Brio, it means you're able to play the map a little bit more like that. This is going to be a 4-man flank onto Amistan, and this time, Dictator for Life is going to be the backside. Does manage to dodge out the stun, but I don't know how much that will matter as the Demacian Justice lets Dictator for Life take over the soul of Amistan.
A giant pick and the clear going to come through on the mid lane. I think they have an opportunity to just start this Baron, which they do. Can they find the rotation?
It's going to be on Vision, Gaming. So we're going to see a fight here for sure. Baron currently damaging. Brio can come to the fight, but is going to be delayed. However, the twisting advance is going to keep them out of the pit, probably just long enough. No! It gets stolen by Thick Bob with the smites!
Absolutely insane. The gold is starting to balloon up in one.
And Kartik uses the edge of that Zilean ulti, keeping himself alive and doing the damage. Sopra chopping into the back line as Dictator for Life slays one. Kartik incredibly low here. Tandave running so quickly. Dragonic likely going to be a target as well.
It's no good if they can't get anyone out.
Why are we looking at Kartik? I feel Kaisa W. Oh, Dragonic TPing out.
Okay, isn't that just bad because it takes longer to channel than Baron, or about the same to channel than Baron Recall?
Listen, it's fine.
I mean, I like it. I like it.
I like it too. So, in a way, that was good for Globetrotters because they did get a lot of gold from kills. However, they did lose the Baron there, and their opponent has 6 grubs.
Yes, and they notably are not getting like soul here. This is just soul point.
Soul Point's still going to be a pretty big pressure point.
Yeah, but they're contending with the Baron, and they really don't have much to show for it in the like 30-minute mid to late game point that we're in.
True.
I think this gives a slight edge to Clan Gaming for sure here.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You see the Udi are kind of positioned on this flank. I don't know if there is vision. Okay.
Thick Bob gonna get that taken away from him. But Thick Bob has had some really good smites this game. I think that's the second objective he's stolen.
Yeah. And very clean execution around like the team fights, the movement, the peel that's been provided. They are a lot less like concentrated in the team fights this game. They have these like kind of scattered identities where you want to be playing at range. You don't necessarily want to take straight up front to back. You don't have a lot of CC in the comp. And that puts a lot of strain on your front line. Thick Bob is kind of the front line. I mean, Amistan's not really playing that role, kind of diving for kills a lot of the time. So Thick Bob carrying a ton of that weight, doing a great job of it.
Oh, Thick Bob carries a lot of weight.
Okay, yep, fair, yep.
All right. Now, to Dictator for Light's credit, we were talking about how you wanted to see him get out, be proactive, do his thing. And it does seem like he's gotten there pretty well on this Viego. Interesting choice to get the Deadman's plate.
Yeah, I think, again, we've seen a lot of this, where 1 or 2 damage items into tank has been kind of a theme with the...
Jack of Hearts might be in a little bit of trouble here. There are 5 members going to be sieging this bot turret.
Yeah, looking good. They still have the Baron buff for just a little while longer here. Trying to make the most of it.
On the flank, Dictator for Life letting them know they can get collapsed on. Twisting Advance going to be utilized. They're going to opt into this fight. Thick Bob going to tank up the Twisting Advance there, and it will decay. Thick Bob taking a lot of damage, however, there's a lot being traded back. Zilean ultimate utilized. Amistan, watch the stacks. That's going to be a shutdown for the Darius. And now going forward, I think has the reset. However, Amistan gets blown up by the Sopwich W. Thick Bob frontlining.
And Crypt Bloom completion, and we see the damage come through there.
Yeah, Tandif gets killed by the Zilean Bomb. Nate GG taking his revenge.
Love to see it. Nate GG getting the utility out of that Zilean and now getting the damage.
I see the vision on the AP Kaisa.
Yep. You see how much better this looks? It's that the world of difference of having that little extra CDR, that actual like Q completion. It just feels good. Also, I don't remember what boots were built in that game, but definitely these Sork shoes, I think, making up for the difference between the Crypt Bloom, Magic Pen, and like other items that cost a little bit more.
Yeah. And we are going to probably see the next big fight happening in about a minute 40 here on the Dragon. We'll have to see what these two teams get up to get it set up. 3K is the goal difference, but as people were saying in chat, I do think that the Globetrotters scale better with the Syndra, with the Kaisa. So
yeah, I mean, I think a problem with that is just I don't really feel like that Syndra is on pace yet. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So we will see that definitely as the game goes later, but right now, I think
Not
there's I think there's still an advantage going the way of Clown Gaming.
For sure. We're going to see some dancing around Vision here.
Yeah, they are kind of taking this
They're
bottom
so
lane
fast.
angle.
Oh my god. You know, credit to Nate GG. I think the Zillion has been really, really huge here in preventing Globetrotters from getting kills and in enabling his team to do what they want to do. Dictator for Life going to be in a little bit of trouble. Will be able to run away very, very quickly, but it's not fast enough. Thick Bob just goes so fast. Meanwhile, though, they're going to be able to get out of that engage. They might look to go for the re-engage if they can get that reset. It's a W doing quite a bit of damage. Scatter the Weak not quite going to land. Actually, yeah, if they could just stall this fight, they're going to get quite a bit topside.
Yeah, that was kind of the whole engage burned. And I think Clown Gaming doesn't really know what to do about this. They have sent Dragonic back, who has TP.
Yeah, but Drake's up in 12 seconds, and, you know, TP still does have a channel time. Tandave might be caught out a little bit here. Doesn't get pulled back by Amistan. That's crazy.
Umbridge is doing so much with this poke.
They're playing the... We have the slightly longer range poke game.
Yeah, and it's coming through continuously. Thick Bob taking a big shot there.
Yeah.
I gotta be careful with what I say.
Yeah, Thick Bob taking a massive load as they try and engage this dragon fight here. Teleport is going to be utilized here from the Garen, so they're going to commit to it. Health bars dwindling on the side of Clown Gaming. Thick Bob going to be, I think, poked out of this fight. Meanwhile, Jack looking for the Ezreal. Stun going to be found on to the Darius, but Dictator for Life not really wanting to take that fight. Both junglers not in the pit. Yep, Dictator for Life. Thick Bob running around. Thick Bob might be able to steal this, but Dictator for Life is looking for a solo kill. However, the Zillion ult's going to be utilized. The Dragon will go over to Thick Bob, and on the backside, Amistan's able to kill Dictator for Life. However, Thick Bob gets absolutely decimated by Sopridge.
Worth. I do see. I think they can get away from this pretty safely. Sopridge does still have ultimate, so any W that hits could result in a kill.
Yep.
Dragonic, in a dicey spot, manages to get the recall off.
We'll have to see about the Ezreal.
Gonna cancel. I think probably a good decision. Able to just walk out.
They're gonna look
the
for
Baron
this
being threatened. Yeah,
nope.
they're faking it out.
Yeah. You got Thick
Vision
Bob
really set up.
So, okay. I'm gonna actually do an MVV vote this time. I realized we forgot to last time. Okay, they're gonna commit onto Amistan here, but Amistan is gonna be quite tanky. Also has a bit of healing. Sopridge gonna be able to do some damage. However, Tandave gets so much over the wall.
Brutal. You see Dragonic really catching up quickly. Sopridge, good dodge, gonna be able to escape.
Who are your MVP candidates?
I mean, Amistan and Dragonic have to be the easiest two for me.
Thick Bob has to be in there.
Then that's three.
Sopridge has played excellently all series.
Sopridge is the second easiest for me.
Yeah.
And then I guess I would go with Brio. It's really going to depend on how this ends.
Hey, we talked about Jack of Hearts in the first two series, though. You know, selflessly playing it quite nicely in the weak side. Ooh!
Ouch.
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely give some attention there, but I think I'm set with that.
Yeah. There's a lot of people playing well this game. Lots of good MVP candidates. Energize.
Nice.
Ooh, no. Dictator for Life might be in a little bit of trouble here. Is going to be taking quite a bit of damage, but is able to fall back as Tandave providing that bulwark.
Yeah, these rotations back and forth, the endless dance. Dragonic gonna get chunked down.
Yep.
Actually, not that much.
We're going to see them looking for a fight. One engage. It's going to be in a flash. Twisting advance going to be utilized.
Oh,
Big scatter of the week. Going to be Thick Bob. Is now going to be reset in the hands of Dictator for Life. And they're going to be on Amistan. But Amistan still so tanky on this Darius. Jack of Hearts running away, trying to spin. Tandave now going to be caught between a rock and a hard place. Using his W, trying to get out. So many stacks, though. And that's going to be another execute. That's going to be another one dead. That's going to be a triple kill.
Unbelievable execution here. Amistan just unstoppable, running through the team. Oh, it doesn't
Going
get the,
for even
the
more.
fourth.
Has the Zillion ult on him. This might just be the game.
No Penta. Denial.
No Penta. But it looks like this series is going to go to Clown Gaming Galaxy.
Yeah, and I gotta give so much credit in that last fight to Amistan. Being able to find the angle. Sees that the team is splitting just around that Wraith pit and just clicks the go button. It's a support, and I think maybe the top laner were there. Just doesn't care. Running in there, finding kills, finding resets. Very decisive, and that's what they needed in that fight.
Yeah. I mean, Amistan played great all series. I'm going to put a couple waffles in because I have to use this batter. And then I will go ahead and get the MVP voting up. I think Amistan has to be on it.
100%.
Amistan has to be on it. I think Soprich also has to be on it on the other side.
Yeah, I think Brio and Soprich played great whole series. Soprich especially. I mean, what a just stalwart presence in the bot lane every single game. But yeah, for as far as my MVP, I would say Amistan. Draconic from game 2 definitely put in a crazy amount of work. Thick Bob, a lot of credit to them as well. So
yeah, okay. So I've got Amistan, I've got Soprich. I'm putting Thick Bob for those steals. Okay.
Yeah, those were huge.
And then you wanted to put Dragonic.
I think Dragonic, yeah. I don't think they win without the Swain.
And then do you think Brio for the last? Or Jack of Hearts?
I'll leave that up to you. I think I give a lot of credit for their win to Brio.
Yeah, I think the win was a good chunk on Brio. We are corrupt here, so you can go ahead and use those schmeckles. But yeah, go ahead and vote. What a series! Wow. I'm not going to lie, at the beginning of this, I was pretty convinced it was going to be a quick 2-0 from the Globetrotters, and boy, did Clown Gaming prove me wrong.
Yeah, incredible performance. I had looked at the standings a little bit, but I got to say, I have seen some of these Clown Gaming players in previous seasons. I don't think they're pushovers, and they definitely showed that they are here to win. So, props to them.
Absolutely. Someone's inflating the Soprich vote there.
Yeah, looking good. Hey, like we said, corruption is fair game here. So if you got schmecks and you want somebody to win this MVP vote.
What's evening out though?
Yeah, that's weird, huh?
Yeah. Someone else wants Amistan to win. See how it is. But what if
Thick Bob just randomly started? Yeah, there he goes.
Yeah, what I don't know. What if oh no. Oh, it's ooh.
Oh, it's getting close here.
Amistan is running away with it though. I do expect that to be our MVP.
Yeah, I mean, I think Soprich had an insane series. I wouldn't knock chat for voting Soprich.
Oh, absolutely. Soprich played extremely well.
Also, looking at this damage chart, I mean, wow.
Let me tab on over that.
Just very much Soprich, even in the loss.
Even in the loss, Soprich coming in the clutch. Doing a lot of damage.
It's a tricky Kaisa build to play. I'll say that because you have to kind of like beat back all of those tendencies of being a close range character.
And wanting to
playing
like,
those
because
AP builds.
that build doesn't really auto too much, does it?
No, you ult in and then you can Q to finish somebody. You know, but you really don't want to ult in unless you're gonna kill him with that Q.
Because then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're just waiting on news from the MVP. See if
Yeah,
they,
Amastan, if you want to get interviewed, jump in community, I guess.
Hmm? But yeah.
And this season has really delivered, huh?
Oh man, the games have been so good.
We've had some very high quality series.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, the series Sunday, super competitive, and then the series today, obviously, I mean, back and forth. Woo.
This was cool because it was pretty unexpected as well.
Mm-hmm.
I
Absolutely.
feel like a lot of people had written off Cloud Gaming as like the underdogs, myself included. So I don't know if we're gonna get our MVP in.
Oh,
I guess we go. Do we give an opportunity for second runner up?
he's available. What chat you want him to join?
Never mind then.
Keeping my eyes out. Oh, there he is.
I guess they're all in the team chat, so they might just expect to get.
Welcome, Amastan, to the broadcast. Congratulations on the series. Congratulations on winning MVP. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. I was a little bit unconfident going in because those guys are good, but we somehow pulled through with a win.
Yeah, nice. I mean, do you have any particular questions, Mighty?
Yeah. Let's roll right into the top matchups because I feel like you had kind of your pick of the litter here, and you had those first two games on Olaf. Going into game 3, you had to switch it up after the ban to Darius. Can you walk me through kind of your thought process game to game? What was going through your head?
Yeah, I mean, Olaf just like wins at every stage into Tom Kench. He like couldn't kill me ever. I kill him every single time. And I'm not like a big Olaf player, but you know, they just kept picking Tom Kench, so I just kept counter picking it. And when they when they banned it away, I thought I was like a little bit doomed because I thought I'd have to play not Olaf into Tom Kench, but then they picked Garen. And I played a big game yesterday where I played the Darius into Garen and won. So I was pretty confident going into that.
So there's something to that where we had looked in the draft early on. You guys had picked up Jace. Was there talk of that being for you, or was that always Dragonic? Was that a flex? Because I think that might have been the reasoning behind the Garen pickup.
Yeah, I mean, Jace is always a flex. Top lane is like you can kind of pick anything, and I'll play Jace. So we picked it in mind mostly for Dragonic, but I was willing to play it if there was a better matchup mid.
Okay, nice. Talk to me a little bit about like the team vibe. I know that this you guys had a rough start to the season, right?
Yeah.
How are you feeling after this win?
Honestly, like it wasn't going great after the first two losses because we lost to the two teams that the team we just played against, the Globetrotters, like smashed 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
So we were coming into the series and we thought we were gonna get shit on. And I thought like, you know, if we win one game, I'd be happy. But it ended up being a lot like closer of a series than I thought it was gonna be, and we just had the slight advantage. You know, if it went to BO5, maybe they win. So, well, we're just happy that it's a BO3 format, I guess. But the team vibes are definitely a lot higher now.
Nice.
Definitely some happy gaming going on. Alrighty. Well, congratulations on your win. I need to go grocery shopping. Do you have a particular? Let me see if there's any other. I don't think there's any other league streaming. Do you have any league streamers who we should raid?
Oh, I do not know anyone now.
What about the notorious POB?
Absolutely, he's a great player.
Is
The
Poob-
goated OG Pobelter.
Pobelter streaming?
I think so.
I don't know if I follow Pope. Oh, he is. Okay, cool. Thanks. Nice. Okay, well, with that then, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations again on your win. Excited to track your progress throughout the season. And Mighty, why don't you go ahead and take us out with your classic phrase?
Yeah, thanks for showing up, guys. Catch y'all later.